Electric in here, live from Orlando, Florida, and it's about to get even more electric. Our grand finals live at Full Sail University. There to pick it up. Taps it off the top towards center, goes to the double tap, and is able to get the pass. Wow.
In the middle of sight, trying to take that tracking dart out. Has time not in the favor. Shua! Shua! You can't be doing that!
Only their old bank, it will be the sound barrier that actually does manage to land.
Electric. I hear so much screaming and cheering out here from all of the fans. I mean, live venue, let's make some noise!
Hello and welcome to the 2025 XP League North American Finals. I'm Jess Ryder and I'm so excited to bring you today's grand final matchups. Today's matches will feature the top youth players in North America playing in esports titles like Rocket League, Overwatch, Valorant, Fortnite. We've got so much in store for you today, and we're broadcasting live from the Full Sail University campus in sunny Winter Park, Florida. XP League players have totally taken over our campus. It's pretty insane, and you may be wondering, well, you're in an empty room, Jess, but that's because they're over in the live venue right now, playing some Fortnite, getting ready to play some Apex. We've got a ton of PCs in there, I think something like 96, so a ton. Our audience is over there in the live venue. They're getting ready, they're excited, so make sure you stop by to see those final drops in Fortnite today. All of the rest of today's games will be played right here in the home of Full Sail Armada, the Full Sail University Orlando Health Fortress. It's one of my favorite places in the world. I don't know about you. We've got a ton of gameplay in store, but before we get into our first matches, let's meet our lovely Fortnite casters. Take it away, y'all.
Thank you so much, Jess. I am so excited to be here. I am so depressing, and I am joined today on the desk by Chubbs. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic. Super excited to see all of the best kids from North America to play some Fortnite.
Well, you know, we've got some great Fortnite matches coming up soon, but before we jump in, let's check out the schedule for today's show.
It is. Well, we'll get started in just a few minutes with Fortnite and keep the Battle Royale train moving as we head into Apex Legends at noon.
Then we'll jump into some first-person action with Overwatch around 3 p.m.
Absolutely, and at 5:30 we'll head to the pitch for some Rocket League.
But don't worry, because at 7 p.m. we'll be closing out the day with the Valorant Grand Finals. You know, it has been an intense weekend already so far. We saw the first 3 drops of Fortnite yesterday, but there's even more stuff to do around campus.
Absolutely. There's plenty of it. There's plenty of things to do around the campus. And of course, we can't wait for, our sponsors. Thank you. Then, one of our sponsors is indeed here, Florida Dairy Farmers. If you guys saw the white tent over here, you can go ahead and get yourselves some great milk, some good chocolate milk. Chocolate milk, I love it. Florida Dairy Farmers, the official refuel beverage of the XP League North American Finals. Thank you guys so much.
But it's not and North American Finals without the equipment, right? And without our amazing sponsor, Peripherio, the official PC sponsor of the XP League North American Finals, who has provided the 96 PCs for us to use, we wouldn't be here, right? Those PCs are intense. I saw so many incredible moments in Fortnite just being played on those PCs. And I mean, I don't know about you, but I kind of want one for myself.
Absolutely. You know, there's a booth over there. I was checking out some of the cases and everything. It looked insane. And the fact that we have 96 PCs, that's so much power, a lot of graphics that's being used, and yet everything ran flawlessly. We got plenty of games to be played, installed all 5 games, and all worked perfectly. So thank you so much to Peripherio. You know, they're fantastic. Thank you for letting us do things that, you know, we probably couldn't have done without.
But before we hop in to those drops, let's send it over to Jess for a little bit more information.
Thanks, y'all. So happy to see you guys casting 2 of my favorite casters in the game. But before we get into Fortnite, I would be remiss if I did not introduce our friendly neighborhood roaming reporter, who's going to be joined by our friend Alex, our camera op. So Scooby, come on up, Scooby. Come on up, Alex. Scooby's going to be running around with America's favorite cameraman, Alex, today, getting out there onto the floor to see how games are progressing, how families, parents are enjoying their weekend, and so much more. So if you see Scooby, if you see Alex, be sure to talk to them. You may just see yourself on the broadcast. All right, get out there. Go talk to the people. Full Sail University is proud to once again serve as the host site for the XP League North American Finals. This year marking 4 years of hosting the top youth esports players right here on our campus. From our collegiate esports program to our industry standard facilities, we take our students' esports dreams seriously while having a ton of fun along the way. On that note, let's take a little bit of time to learn more about esports at Full Sail.
At Full Sail University, students from all degree programs work alongside current faculty and staff to produce industry-leading esports events on Full Sail's campus in Orlando, Florida. Let's take a look at how one of these high-energy competitions comes to life. It all kicks off in pre-production. After the initial concept is formed, artists use CAD to visualize detailed 3D renderings of the entire event's layout. Precise measurements are crucial for bringing the team's vision into focus. A comprehensive technical setup book maps out complex video, audio, and network signal flows, guiding technicians and documenting gear for easy troubleshooting. Call sheets and logistics align the crew, setting the stage for success. Next comes setup. For this event, we roll in over 100 high-powered gaming PCs. They need to be unpacked, set up, and wired with monitors, keyboards, and mice at the Full Sail live venue. Games are installed and observer computers prepped to capture the best in-game angles for the audience. Networking is a critical aspect to esports. Thousands of feet of Ethernet cables and miles of fiber optics connect switches with computers, while on-site caching servers speed up game and software downloads. Full Sail University's industry-leading IT infrastructure, redundant internet service providers, and experienced engineers ensure competitive gameplay at the highest level. Audio for esports competitions brings its own challenges. At Full Sail, players use professional esports audio interfaces to hear the game and their team clearly. Meanwhile, casters provide live commentary, staying synced with production using a campus-wide intercom system to give live gameplay updates. When it's showtime, the broadcast springs to action. Under the producer's direction, camera operators capture every moment. The graphics team works together to enhance the broadcast with lower thirds, wipes, and overlays. Instant replays, video packages, and highlight reels are all the job of the replay operator. The lighting director crafts the in-room experience, carefully using every fixture, LED wall, and laser in the rig. The broadcast audio engineer cues the music and mixes the sound for the streams, while the front-of-house engineer creates the sound experience for the live audience. The technical director orchestrates it all through the video switcher, sending out the stream live for fans to cheer on their favorite teams using services such as Twitch and YouTube. That's just a small glimpse into how Full Sail University powers esports events.
While the shiny lights and cool tech are awesome, it's really our incredible, knowledgeable instructors and amazing students that bring these productions to life here on our campus. So if you see our students walking around, they've usually got a little orange lanyard. Let them know they're doing a good job. I'm sure it will mean the world to them. So just make sure you give them their flowers today. But now it's the time you've all been waiting for. It's time to load up the battle bus and get into some Fortnite. Let's head over to Chubbs and Soda at the casting desk. Take it away, friends.
Hello again, everyone. I am so ready to watch these last 3 sets of Fortnite matches. I think it's going to be really intense. We saw some incredible gameplay out of these kids yesterday. You know, I mean, what do you expect?
I mean, you know, we watched the first 3 games, and then that's the pace setter. You come in and you understand what the competition is looking like here in Orlando, and now finally you get a gist of it. Maybe you didn't do so well yesterday, but maybe you did amazing yesterday, but you want to keep your momentum going. You want to make sure that you are calm, you're steady, you're breathing easy, and you're getting the eliminations that you need to get there. And reminder that kills are worth points. You know, you get 2 per elimination, and then placing is also important. So you have to be thinking about everything coming into this weekend.
Yeah, you know, and one of those things that you really have to think about is where you're dropping, right? There are a lot of POIs on the map this season that have some incredible loot opportunities. You know, one of my favorites right now is Supernova Academy. I think it's one of, honestly, you know, no preferences, obviously, but it's one of my favorite drops right now. It's, you know, it's open enough where you can move around, but it's still closed off enough where you don't have to worry too much about getting caught off guard.
Yeah. And that's one of the more important things, making sure that you're looting up correctly, because we saw that some of the end games here ended off in a heal battle. It wasn't even a battle. It wasn't even by an elimination. You just were healing by medkits. So it can go down to that much of the wire. So we're still waiting around. You know, don't worry, folks. We're going to get the gameplay started eventually here. But, you know, we're going to talk a little bit more about it. And one thing I think, you know, that this meta has brought out was that movement. You know, movement this time around wasn't as adamant with items. You know, you have the cape, you have the sprites, but that's really much it. I mean, the surfboard as well, but they, you know, usually there were crazier things in previous seasons, but this tournament, I heard that it was a little bit diminished. So the builds are definitely going to be a lot more important. Make sure you get those mats.
Yeah, and you know, I'm kind of curious how the kids are progressing right now. Let's go ahead and take a look at the live venue and see kind of how the setup's going with them.
Wow, look at all those players.
Yeah, look at that. 96 PCs set up in that live venue, and every single one of them filled by a kid right now. And you can see them kind of, you know, doing some practice runs, getting some little bit of early training in, making sure that they are at their peak. But, you know, I also want to take a moment, look at all these parents.
Yeah.
Look at this support system that all of these kids have, because, you know, without that, it's a little bit more difficult. I feel like it's already kind of intimidating to go to a LAN, even as an adult.
Yeah.
But like being a kid, it's so nice to see so many adults coming out to support them.
Indeed, and you can see everybody out there, and like again, Peripheral bringing up all these PCs for us, and they're working. You can see that every kid is on it, and it is fantastic. You know, a lot of parent support. You know, I've even seen some grandparents, you know, coming out, and and it's a big thank you to the coaches that especially come out to make sure that their kids are performing well this weekend. Owners and all of it. It's super cool to see esports grow just like this, straight into the youth. You know, first we had professional, now it's college, and now it's high school, and now we have youth esports. So it's really, really awesome to see.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, even now, I'm really excited to see which outfits they're going to pull out of the hat this year.
Oh, yeah.
This year, because we saw some really cool ones yesterday.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But you know what? I still haven't seen some Sith Jar Jar. I still haven't seen it. I've been waiting all weekend.
All weekend for some Sith Jar Jar. Hey, you know what? Sometimes the skin matters, you know. Don't want to be bright and pink running out with the bear skin out in the middle of the green. You know, hey, it comes down to even skin as well. I know some of the teams will be matching because, you know, you got to match with the fit. You got to make sure you look clean with the team, you know. Make sure that you all look the same. So it looks awesome. I mean, it's so fantastic. And don't worry, even in here, we'll be playing some other games in here later on. You know, Rocket League. Some of the players will come down here. The venue will start getting filled up a lot more, but just for Fortnite, 96 PCs, we definitely need that. So that's where all the players are going to be playing.
No,
not the parents,
absolutely.
the kids.
And you know, I just want to reiterate, in between these sets, if you know, parents, siblings, if you're, you know, a little tired, a little worn out, again, there's the white tent over here halfway between. Make sure you go pick up some milk, re-energize, refuel. You know, we have Florida dairy farmers here, ready, willing, and able to keep you energized and hydrated through the day. So make sure you are getting that.
Yeah.
I know I can't keep him out of the tent, so.
I think I stopped by it like 4 times. I love chocolate milk, man. It's fantastic. It's rehydrating. It's great, and I love the taste of chocolate. From yesterday we had 1 to 3 drops, and let's find out where our teams are standing on this leaderboard so far. I believe it's going to be our top 8, and there it is. You see that the Wellington Mustang White is currently in the lead right now. You got Hanover Horde A for number 2, and Fall Church Dragons on number 3. And honestly, not much movement. I think we saw about the same team still in the top, but a little bit of movement on the 4 through 8.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, even we saw Irvine was popping off yesterday.
Yeah,
they were doing a lot. They were putting in work. We saw a lot coming out of Ackworth. We saw a lot coming out. I mean, your team.
Yeah, go
Team
Grizzlies.
Out here cooking.
Yeah, they're cooking. Number 7. I actually had a chance to talk with them, and I was telling them, just stay calm, cool, collected, like all these players should be doing. And because there's some tough competition, especially with all these top 8 teams. But that right there is indeed our top 8. We still got 3 more games to go. Maybe we might see some movement. Who knows? Let's see who falls and rises to the top. So super excited to see it out.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, these teams have put in the work, right? This is finals. So being up here on this leaderboard, that's amazing. But we can't forget about the teams that maybe didn't make it on the leaderboard. They're still here.
They're still here.
They're not out.
It's not just 8 teams. Yeah, if you're new to Fortnite, it's not just 8 teams. We have 32, I believe, 96 players here to play Fortnite. So it's a big menu and a big lobby.
Yeah, and I mean, we see Wellington in 2 slots, right? So, who knows?
Wellingtons know what they're doing.
This board may not be what it looks like at the very end of today. So, I mean, I'm very, very, very excited to see what we're going to see pulled out of the hat, because we had 2 heal-offs yesterday, and then we had 1 final fight yesterday.
Yeah.
So I'm curious on if we're going to see more heal-offs or more fights.
Yeah, and even then, the circle was still like that big. It was minuscule, essentially. And to think that it comes down to that, and if you're some of these teams, you don't want to leave it down to that chance. You don't want to be like, whoa, what if we die to the storm? We don't want that. So you have to be aggressive sometimes, and you also have to play your life. You can see that some of the players, they kind of just played their life, kind of flew over, rotated through the chaos, and they're like, hey man, I don't get the elimination, but the placement is what's probably more important for my team right now. So placement is important. Eliminations are important. It's a big, scary like end circle. And we have 12 circle rotations, and it's crazy to see how fast it becomes when we had such a big circle, and then it goes super back and forth. The rotation, the storm surge. There's so many things that you have to be thinking about multitasking, especially.
We saw that storm surge take out so many. I mean, we saw a full team lose a 1v3 because they didn't have that damage threshold. It was crazy. We saw them, we were watching, we thought they were going to win the fight, and then suddenly that storm surge hits, and it just takes so much damage off of you. You can shield bubble if you want to, but it's not going to help you too much if you can't get that damage threshold above where it needs to be. So that's something that players are really going to have to watch out for as we get into later circles, is that you need to make sure you're getting damage off, because you don't want to be caught out below that threshold when that storm surge does start hitting.
Yeah, and you can't even out-heal it. It hits hard, man. I think it was, who was it? Pretty Princess, I think is what it was, that did that 1v3 clutch up. And again, look at that venue, so lit up. And I believe they're getting ready. I think I see them getting ready to get into the lobby. So don't worry, folks. Gameplay will be coming shortly here soon. But you can see the intensity. I mean, the parents. I think sometimes the parents are more nervous than the kids.
Absolutely.
See, people are moving.
I'd be nervous too. I'm like, I don't want, I've come all the way here, and I want to see, we all want to see our kids win, right? Yeah. I'm a mom. I want to see my kid be excited and have fun. And, if them, that's the most important thing, right? Is because I hope that all these kids are having a blast.
Yeah.
From what I've seen, I mean, it looks like they're all having a blast. I don't know if you guys have been to the live venue yet today, but there's some excitement going on in there. It was really busy this morning. Everybody getting in there, prepping, making sure that they've got their build mode ready, set, and going. Because, again, you got to make sure you're on top of that, right? You got to make sure you're early on, you're getting your mats to make sure. But, it's not worth it if you have the mats but aren't, awake enough to build.
Yeah, awake enough to build. Don't worry, folks. The lobby is currently getting populated. I believe we have 76 players in there. I think we're still filling up on a couple more. We're missing a little, 15-ish, so or I guess 25-ish. So we're getting there. Do not worry, folks. Gameplay will be coming very, very soon. But it's funny to me how, you always get the stereotype of a competitive soccer mom. This is our competitive soccer mom. You have moms in there there screaming for their kid, you know, to like do good in Fortnite or Valorant, and it's super cool to see because some of these parents, you know, they pop off for their kids, you know, and the kid's just like, yeah, I did that.
Yeah, but you know, I think we may be Battle Bus ready. So I think this lobby is started. I think we're getting ready to hop in this gameplay. So I don't know about you. You ready? Because I'm ready. I'm ready to see all of this go down because this is the final 3 matches of Fortnite today, starting in just a few minutes.
It's just a few minutes here, and drops 4 through 6, man. And I'm expecting some more. This is your final day to prove yourself, and I'm hoping that they're gonna get riled up. You know, they're ready to play some Fortnite. And I love Fortnite. Me personally, you know, the game has grown for so long. I'm pretty sure I have like 3.5K spent in that game with my skins. It's addicting, man. It's really addicting. So don't worry, folks. It's time for some gameplay as we get ready to load into this game, though, man. I'm really excited.
Yeah, no, me too. Again, I'm going to be on the lookout. I'm going to be on the lookout for any Sith Jar Jar. Honestly, any of the Star Wars outfits. I'm ready. I'm so excited to see. But no, I can't wait. This is a battle bus full of some of the best in NA. So it's going to be down to the wire for a lot of these teams. And, you know, don't worry if you didn't make it yesterday.
Yeah.
Because we have the gameplay. We have drops going live. We're watching Dark Shadow, Pancake, and Parker dropping right now. But I mean, even looking at the map right now, looking at these drops, they're pretty spread out.
Yeah.
You know, we had 2 teams landing on Lair. We have 2 teams looking like they're going to be landing near Crime City. We've got couple of people going to Demon's Domain, which is one of those POIs that's pretty popular right now. So, I mean, I'm looking forward. Look, we got Tatum, Ichigo Star, and Bash, which was a good team we watched yesterday. They had a lot going on for them.
Yeah, especially, you know, with a couple of fights, we saw them take on quite a bit of shots coming in, but excited to see them running over there to the little icy domain. And already our first elimination, Achilles, coming with a double knock. And hey, you know what, man? The competition is that serious. Maybe it just started out, and you don't want to be eliminated first one out, so that's unfortunate. But hey, you know what? We still got more games. Kappa, Avorius, Sus. We've seen some of these teams from yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, Achilles really putting in the work already, but let's take a look. Zoro, Fetch, Squigs, they're still kind of getting their bearings going. They're landing here. We do see that little PvE boss over on the mountain there. Nobody quite started that yet, which may, you know, it's probably a better idea to not immediately start those until you have some better opportunities. But we do see 2 teams here in Lone Wolf, so we might get some action here.
Lone Wolf Lair, McSmall Fries, I love that name. And Kai the Master, you know, make sure you get those materials, so important to have in like game, you know, and again, they capped it. It used to be $9.99 for everything, but now only 500 each. So not as much building material as you used to have nowadays. And you can see, I think Tittles may be seeing Ollie Boy in them up top, maybe trying to play behind this cover here, getting the SMG ready.
Yeah, it doesn't look like Aguatavius' team saw Tittles yet.
Not yet.
But he is kind of out in the open right now. You know, he's got the tree to cover. He's got a little bit of rock coverage, but he is spread out fairly far from his team. So they're going to probably want to regroup here before somebody gets caught.
Yeah, you don't want to be...
Picked up that Sprite. You know, you love those Sprites. That's your favorite thing in the game right now.
They're so cute, you know, and the fact that you can sacrifice. No, don't do it. Please, no. Okay. Oh, Mixed Small Fries taking a little bit of damage. Uh-oh, what is happening? I think you were caught out, and there it is. Yeah.
Goodness. Aguatavius immediately getting that knock on to Mixed Small Fry and then getting that elim pretty early on. I mean, like we said, when you're spread out that far, it's really dangerous, right? You don't want to be, the last thing you want is to be so spread out from your teammates that you're caught out and you don't have the backup to kind of turn the fight in your favor, right?
Yeah, and there's that Superman Sprite, and you see Tittles and Kai the Master now down, out without a teammate. Mixed Small Fries maybe a little bit too far from the team. When you're taking these fights, you want to do it as a team. Unless you're, you know, Pretty Princess, then you go crazy.
Oh yeah,
then you go crazy. 1v3, easy.
Well, there's no Storm Surge just yet, so
yet.
you know,
not yet.
Maybe not yet, but we're getting there for sure. But we don't have full shields just yet. Kai doesn't have any shields at the moment, so they're gonna have to make sure they're pretty meticulous on where they're doing and what they're doing when.
Yeah.
So, but we are gonna hop over to Vaxify's team, where Vaxify, Clark, and Frosty seem to be in a little bit of a dangerous situation. They are taking on Grayson right now, and Vaxify trying to force the build to tunnel over here to him, but He's trying to get this angle, not quite getting it as their builds are coming down, but he's going to walk right around Grayson, and Grayson is going to try and build to save himself, but he is ultimately going to go down to the hands of Vax and Clark. And, I mean, we saw he was kind of left out in the open, too.
Yeah, by himself, it seems like. And, like, Frosty just, like, did not have any mercy. The builds, the edits absolutely boxed him and then, you know, shot him out. So, eliminated out, but not fully out. Remember, the reboot bus is a thing for here, folks. So, you are able to get your teammate back if you do get that card.
Oh, but they do see Radical.
Uh-oh.
And they might have seen Corrosion, but I'm not sure. But they are going straight for this build to try and take Radical down. But, again, Radical's being very meticulous with the building to make sure he doesn't immediately fall.
Oh, and
Try
fell.
to keep an eye on everything, but that damage is going to come through as they are going to unintentionally build Frosty in with them. Oh, man, I cannot imagine the stress that may have just been.
Boxed in with the enemy.
Yeah, boxing in the enemy with you, not always the best idea, especially when their teammates are directly above you. But unfortunately, that's the way the game goes sometimes. We're going to hop over to One and Pixel with Magic. They are fighting Tiger and Paris' team, so let's take a chance, see how this is going.
One, looking for it.
Looks like they're making sure, One is making sure he's got his shields up. He said, I'm not getting caught. Not getting caught out with no shields. Not today, but this tower is getting pretty high.
Yeah, it's getting a little high, and not a lot of movement from a lot of these players, so you got to be careful. If this whole thing drops, you know, you're taking a lot of damage and maybe knocked out of the tournament here. Magic Sucks looking around for an opportunity, and you can see One just with the metal already being built up, but running out of materials. You see he's switching to the metal already. Good Pixel vibes here with the teammate, and you see Sizzles right there below. I think they're just waiting. This is indeed calm, but the storm is coming in soon here, folks, so you got to be thinking about that.
And we are going to see a lot, kind of a lot going on. We've got Sizzles down here trying to keep an eye on Tiger, but Tiger's up here at the top. And it's kind of interesting. They're using this as a way to have positioning for both sides. So they're keeping perspective on either side. And what a jump from one movement. And there's Jimmy on the side of the mountain too. He's keeping an eye out, but I mean, Sizzles is still in Shogun's, right? He's still underneath this tower. He's trying to keep an eye out, but he's got to be really careful not to give away his position too early. Give Tiger the chance to get some more mats back, kind of be able to come back into that fight. But One is going to go down ultimately, and Jimmy's going to fall, take some fall damage here, as well as take some shots from the team above. Magic is in pursuit. In hot pursuit right now. Jimmy's trying to get some healing done, trying to get himself back. Don't want to be too far out. But we do see that One is getting picked up. Magic is trying to kind of keep him in the game.
Keep him in the game. You need your full team in order to fight here. Gonna heal up One, and you need to get the rotation out soon. I think the other team, has left because I think the rotation, it just caught up to them. So need to heal up. It doesn't look like they're gonna be knocked out fully quite yet, but they may be waiting on the other side of the circle, waiting for this team. And still, a lot of shots coming in. Tatum here as we load in with Ichigo, and with that Sprite, running around in the icy biome here.
Yeah, but you still gotta be really careful because if you take that jump and you don't realize you're out of the Sprite juice, take some damage that you really don't want to take this early on in the game. But Jimmy is going really, really low right now. Sizzle's gonna be down and out for the count, but Jimmy kind of far away from Tiger right now, so they're gonna have to plan out where they're going to go. Are they going to stay separated and meet up somewhere in the middle? Are they going to try and regroup early? This is the kind of decisions you really have to think about, especially early in the game, because you don't want to be the last man standing when you still have 10 circles to go.
Yeah, and I mean, Sizzles as well, knocked out. May come back later on, but we see a little bit of fighting with Drizzon and Valen as they are getting into it. The Shark Skin is indeed here, running up. And the builds, I think it's just a long-range fight right now. They're trying to get some shots in with that DMR. They do have some capes here, so maybe some movement running in. Maybe they might choose to dive, but I think this is a smart choice. Your back is against the storm, and you're trying to see you have that Sprite on, but looking to see if he can get a shot off. A couple of shots fired, and you see it. Look at that. There it is.
And this is another team we saw yesterday who were very good at positioning themselves, especially when caught in 1v anything, really.
Yeah.
1v1s, 1v2s. We saw Valen and Drex and Ash. They were really good about making sure their positioning was priority, right? They didn't want to ever be caught where they had their flank open and they were fighting somebody ahead of them.
Yeah.
They always made sure to build behind them just in case, so they had the information. and then kind of take the fight from there. But we are going to swap over Ichigo in the Storm right now.
Wow, they
Taking
are
a little
far
bit of
out.
tick damage.
Yeah,
The early tick damage isn't too bad, but once that Storm Sickness kicks in, that's when you really got to be careful.
Yeah,
And
man.
it sounds like we may have had We've had some breakage.
Yeah, a little bit of breakage, getting some of that material. And I mean, look how far out they are. I mean, it's insane. The Storm Tick is not that bad, but I mean, I know Ichigo has 3, I believe, medkits, so maybe, yeah, but I can hear that Storm, that Storm Sickness.
And we can kind of see around the map, a lot of those casters are still up, but we are going to drop into motion, and we are going to see Dunson taking a lot of damage, down to 3 HP. This is not the position you want to be in. You do not want to be at this super low health when you still have a team on top of you.
Oh, and yeah, indeed, you don't want to be this low out, but the rotation needs to come in here and running out away from that team that they left behind. Don't want to be shot in the back because you can see that they do have heals, but not enough time to get there. And the team back there is still, there is the gunfire, and the builds are going to be coming up and out, and the surfboard may be used here. Motion finally healing up, and Gino making sure that his teammate has protection.
Love this outfit, by the way. The synergy of these outfits for motion, always on point.
It's lovely. It's lovely. Yeah, like I said, team cosmetics are important, and that is it indeed right there. And we still have a little bit of teams here in the circle. Still some trying to follow along as Summer LM7 over here by the good old base, and looking around for some more people.
It looks like they've run into Aguatavius, but they're trying to kind of keep themselves out around the edge, make sure they aren't too close, but still trying to get these angles in, kind of keep an eye on where that team is going while also maneuvering toward, further into the circle. Because you don't want to get caught as far out of as possible, right? You want to be as close to where the next circle is going to be once that comes, because you don't want to be all the way on one edge and then the circle shrinks and it's on the other side of the map from you, right?
That's
So we are going to hop over to check on Pixel Magic and One yet again. And it looks like they are in another tussle.
I mean, this team is aggressive. They make sure that they get their eliminations. And there's that Superman Sprite. You need to make sure that you're getting these eliminations. This is what this team is good on. One and Magic, they are making sure that they have and put on the pressure. So here they are again, once more, getting some more ammo, healing up quickly, looking for more. As the calm, it is indeed very quiet here in the forest. It's like they're hunting, waiting for something.
Indeed, but they do know that Velix and Thunder are directly underneath them, right? They know that that team is still there. They did just see another team starting to rotate inward, but this is the team that they're going to be focused on because this is the one that is an immediate threat. So we have Thunder, we have Velix. They are right now under this build directly underneath, and something's going on. There's something a little fishy happening right now,
Something fishy. I don't know, man. I think one of them is not like the other. It's interesting, but I think they hear the enemy rotating out. Yeah, they're just playing quiet and calm. They are down a teammate, so I think this is indeed the proper play to make sure that they're not going to be caught out in the open as Drox and Valen here with the Chug Jug healing up, and I think in a fight.
Yeah, and Valen looks like he has some, he does have this sight on Trevor, and Trevor's going to try and build to kind of give himself some cover, but it might not be enough. He is alone in that gas station right now, and that wall looking a little worse for wear.
Yeah, not looking fantastic. But hey, maybe you're separated from your team. I don't even know where his teammates are actually. Maybe they got knocked out. And back again with Thunderyard. Uh-oh. They see them so close, yet so far. Are you taking the shot if you're in their position?
I don't think so, because they, they're in a 2v3. They see One, Pixel, and Magic still kind of pushing around there. I don't think that One's team realizes that they're still there.
Nah,
I think they may have thought that they already ran. They already left. They're like, no way.
Nah.
No way they're not. They're not still here, right?
No way, right? I mean, who would hide in a previous build? But nah, they're there. Something fishy, of course, going on as Copper right now taking a little bit of damage here. And you can see that they are going to be against the Storm coming in, but they see Beetle down there. Beetle Squad and Pick Your Casket. And we are indeed firing at a lot of squads. And you can see the base built on top of there, firing at this yellow squad over here. But again, if you make this much noise, every team might look at you, and Beetle's trying to rotate out of there.
And that felt like a classic case of misdirection, right? You have the tower up, but you're not in the tower anymore.
Not
so
there.
obviously, they're going to try and make sure that nobody's in that tower, so you have a little bit of leeway to kind of move around if you're not being actively shot at anymore.
Yeah.
So I think that's a really good strategy. I think that makes a lot of sense, especially when we're only in Storm 4.
Yeah. we're only in Storm 4, and parents at home, we are the only ones that can see these like little, you know, these icons. So the players don't see that. They are still like shooting at minuscules here to get that limb. So it is insane. Their aim is that immaculate. But there it is. That Storm Surge coming in very, very shortly here. You do not want to be eliminated from that Storm Surge. As we can see here, Magic Sucks, you know, getting that Sprite up and running for themselves here, and running away with that Sprite.
Running away, but running directly into Vaxify as Magic is going to fire shots in, and Vaxify is going to try and get these builds, tunnel himself out. Back to Frosty. They may have gotten away here, but Magic's still in pursuit. Frosty's going to run into the building, try and get some, you know, little positioning, get himself in a little spot, get some healing off on Vaxify with that Chug Jug. But again, that team is so close, and they're still firing down. They're still breaking these walls to try and force them to move out so they can get these picks.
There is indeed a rift down there in that basement, so they could take that to get out. And oh no!
He's so sad.
Oh, he's so sad. Pick him up. Pick him up. No, don't shoot at him. Pick him up. But some fights may be happening. Magic Sucks protecting my only friend in this world. It's Sprite, and you got to protect him. But Tatum here getting shot at.
But they are going to turn on Tatum, and Tatum's going to take some of those shots. They said, hey, don't fire at me. You better not. I will fire back, and I will hit my shots.
Yeah, that's the aim that you need to have here. As you can see, Ichigo now looking for anything, trying to find somebody there. And you can see all the builds, and he's building himself. But again, against the Storm, you don't want to be against it. And they may just force them out of this position here. And they're surrounded by two teams. So you need to find an opening. You need to find your pressure point and move out of this position.
Yeah, and you need to move out before that Storm hits. But we are going to hop into Sparkly Princess's team.
Sparkly
with
Princess.
Star.
Oh,
keeping the sparkle shining. But again, I mean, you see Radical down there, right? We have 3 of them up here on the high ground, and they're kind of trying to get a good angle to look down at Radical. But I mean, it's really difficult. There's a lot of walls. There's a lot of builds around here. The towers are just going to keep coming, right? So it's really one of those things where you can take the shot, but you don't know who else is around. So we see Corrosion, we see Radical. They are going to be aggressively pushing here, but Radical swapping out that shotgun for a different one.
Oh, and here it is. Corrosion knows that they're here. Sparkly Princess got pumped, and now looking around for some more. Trying to get the edits through. The builds need to come out, as of course the pressure is going to be coming in shortly. You are indeed down a teammate. What are you going to do? Trying to get another shot in. Sparkly Princess is just going to back away. They're going to say, hey, you know what? You can take that storm damage and we'll wait for you to come on out. Corrosion gets knocked and still waiting around. It's Sparkly Princess too. Radical Shay has no idea how to get out of here. Doesn't want to get shot, but you need to go away because that storm surge is starting to hit. Or not that storm surge, excuse me, but that storm is hurting. But you are going to res your teammate here, I guess. And
this is still one of those moments where, you know, you have the time because that tick is so slow, but Storm Surge is coming.
Yeah.
And they are still below that threshold, and you don't want to be there when the Storm Surge hits because that can make or break a team fight, right?
Yeah.
So Skiv is going to start, you know, use this time to reposition using that cloak to kind of get into the storm, but in a way they can kind of get back into the circle without, you know, hopefully running into too many teams.
And this indeed is the Grizzly squad, but unfortunately it looks like, oh, I think they're going to res their teammate because they are indeed down. So I think Golden's going to come back up here soon, and they're going to try to get them up in the storm. What a play, what a play. Sage of the 6 pass, though, here fighting out with another team. The heal pots in the beginning, and again, gunfire all around, trying to get rid of these bullets. And it's Minnow, no. The wall after wall, but tapped underneath. Trevor Loves is trying to get from behind, and Condog now.
Condog's going to be really careful because he only saw one of them. So
yeah,
now, but now on the other side of that wall, we know there's 3. So there are 3 looking at them, but I like what Condog's doing here. He's going above. He's trying to, his teammates are keeping the distraction on them. Condog's going above, trying to get an angle to kind of abuse the fact that they were paying attention, but now they're watching the roof.
Yeah.
Right? Now they're watching above them.
And they're running away.
Watching in front, the other 2 watching above. You got to be really careful, and you got to time when you want to push. Almost to the wire.
Almost to the wire. And look at this, man. The rotation is now coming towards the bottom left of this circle here. And there's so many teams outside of the circle. Only, I think, 5 teams in this new one. About to be 6. So
it looks like we might have a 1v3 coming up near Shiny Shafts as well. Ooh, but that being caught in that storm, not the best thing.
Yeah, not the best position to be in as Star right now. Uh-oh,
No.
caught in some trouble, and I think we might see an elimination, maybe not. Oh, the cape, but you're blocked, you're coned off, trying to get out, and I think you were caught too far out, Star. Unfortunately, maybe gonna be eliminated as Sparkly Princess. The princesses are gonna go away, and now this squad here is gonna get the Chug Jug, the heals, the mats, gonna get everything from that. So, hey, you gain those more, and you get some of the storm damage is going to be negated for you for that.
I mean, listen, sometimes you're the bird and sometimes you're the one building the cage,
Yeah.
right? So honestly, at that point, Ghoul was like, we're caging this bird. You're not getting away. You can't leave. I'm sorry, not happening. We are going to be taking you down and we are going to be taking your name as well. So that is going to be that. And Valen is going to be solo.
Solo. Oh, whoa, wow. We don't know where his team is. Uh-oh.
Ghoul, Guatavius, and Ali are all in the storm. They're kind of trying to get together. They're trying to push out, but we do see 3 teams around them.
Yeah, a lot of people around here. And of course, as some of these squads start leaving our lobby, the numbers are diminishing and the circle only gets smaller. So you need to find an opportunity for yourself to get that good rotation in. Sparkly Princess running away. And I think that other Sparkly Princess is out. And again, more resources to more teams as you get another elimination, more sprites, heals. And you can see that this team is stacked, ready for it. 3 medkits, 6 small pots, ready to go.
And we do see that, you know, there are so many teams. And this is what you were talking about earlier, right? Was you see that storm circle and you see that safe zone and you don't want to be on the other side of the map from that. But we see so many teams are right now. So in order to get to that storm circle, you're going to have to force your way through a cluster of teams, right?
Yeah.
But again, Storm Surge coming back. Storm Surge is on its way. And it's got names on its list it wants to cross out.
Absolutely. And if you're a parent at home that doesn't understand what Storm Surge is, it is basically a damage threshold. If you do not do enough damage, the Storm Surge will come and get you. So that makes it makes you so you have to fight. You have to get some damage, and you have to eliminate other teams. And right now, Drizon boxing himself up, making sure that we have some space for ourselves here underneath. We're going to stay hidden here close to the ground, making sure that we're not flying around like a bunch of birds.
Keeping that tunneling going, man. You really have to. And we see, you know, there are a couple of solos still on the map, but I mean, it's one of those things where if you're a solo, right, at that point, you probably want to push for position. You don't want to necessarily push for those elims because you may, you know, knock your team out completely from the fight at that point. So you gotta really plan out what you want to do.
And this is the moment where the map starts disappearing. You know, there's going to be tons of builds everywhere, and it may just all be builds. We may only be seeing triangles and cones here soon, folks. So it's starting to get down to the wire, and of course the rotation needs to come in again once more. And I think that was the Storm Surge right there. One, though, right now with Magic Sucks and of course Good Pixels. And looking for something. I think they're just going to be building up. And of course, their structure is huge. They can see on top of everybody. And you can see all the chaos that's happening, folks. Look at all the teams. Look at everybody that is giving shots.
See, and this is where I really like what Trixie's doing. Trixie's team is staying underneath, staying under the radar, quite literally, because they don't want to be the first thing people see.
Yeah.
Right? But we see Easy, we see Foxy, we see Superstar. They are also keeping themselves in kind of the middle, right? You either want to be on the very, very bottom underneath everything, right? The builds, the people, but you also could want to be in the middle, right? Because if you're in the middle, you're both not the first or the last thing people see.
And
you have a little bit of time. But Frosty, you got to try and get these shots out on a couple different teams. You got to really be careful on picking who you want to shoot at. Because if, for example, you see Magic, you see Ona, you see Pixel, you don't want them to see you.
Yeah, you don't want them to see you.
But Magic's going to take some damage here. Not a whole ton. You know, it's not going to break the shield. Still got the shields going. But I mean, this team has 4 eliminations right now. This squad is picking up the slack. But we've seen that from them all weekend, right? They are a team that's very aggressive. But we are going to see Muchifer taking down Aguatavius and Summer, right? But now he's by himself.
By himself.
So he's got to use this cape. He's got to get out. He's got to try and keep himself alive because at this point, he's the only one. He's the last man standing. He's got to keep these walls up. He's got to keep himself out of vision. He's got to keep himself moving to try and fight for this leaderboard position.
Not a lot of mats left, and another thing is that if you're a solo here, you're not doing enough damage because you're scared to fight with your team. You need to make sure you do enough damage for that Storm Surge. Heals are all coming out. The rotation needs to come in once yet again, and it is moving back to the other side, and it is indeed quite literally half the size. So look at all these squads need to start rotating here soon, and you can see Mr. Aqua getting himself another elimination, get some more mats there as well. Needs to run out, and of course the chaos is starting to unfold, folks. We are getting quite a lot of builds, quite a lot of hiding, quite a lot of gunfire. It's getting a little bit serious.
And this is that thing, right, we were talking about yesterday, where when you're running into other people's builds, the first thing you want to do, if you know nobody is around, you want to break those walls, you want to break those triangles, and you want to replace them with your own. You want to make sure that at the end of the day, you're surrounded by your own builds, so you can edit your way through very quickly. But Sparkly is going to get knocked down, brought down by Ghoul, but is he going to be able to get the damage off? We don't know, because these walls are coming up so fast. They are coming up so fast, they are making sure, Sparkly is making sure, she's like, I'm not getting out. You're not knocking me out today. I'm going to fight for my team's survival right now, but that cave's not going to do her a whole ton of good, but she is going to just barely get out.
Barely, just barely, and the rotation is indeed, you're by yourself, if you're Sparkly here, this may be a little bit of a scary situation, but I think you're going to play like a solo and wait for the calm as Twitch, Mr. Luna, he needs to get out of that storm and getting in, and you can see all the teams are trying to rotate.
Sparkly forcing just the rows above, pushing into these enemy builds, but also building up above them so that she can climb on top of them. Not going to get caught underneath them this time, but we do see Lunan taking that Chug Jug, giving them a little bit of a top off, giving them some shield back, so they have a little bit more to work with. But again, they're surrounded by their own walls, so they're able to edit themselves through without too much worry. We do see Allie and Easy, Foxy, Superstar, they are all trying to keep into this circle because that circle is getting tiny.
Yeah,
that circle is getting real tiny.
Getting real tiny, and 13 teams left, 26 people still remaining in this final circle as there is so much chaos. Again, the map is becoming smaller and smaller, and more people are being found out. As you can see, Trixatello, they find the opponent and they get out. There's another cape here for the rotation, but again, the chaos is becoming more and more apparent. We're dropping more and more. Only 9 teams remaining here. You're trying to find elims. You're trying to survive for this first place finish, so you need to make sure you get the high ground. The rotation, this right here is important.
Absolutely. We see Kyle. We see Achilles still up, but Kyle is going to go down, ultimately leaving him by himself. So then we go on to Ali and Aguatavius. Ghoul is out. Ghoul is out for the count right now.
Yeah.
So it's up to Ali because Aguatavius just got knocked. So we don't know what's going to happen. This is anybody can take this.
And there's no rezzing for your team.
There's
no rezzing. You can't do it in something like this. And of course, the high ground is going to be up from above. Ollie right now looking for hiding in the corner stairs, trying to get the fire out, gets the elimination, and now is looking for some more resources. There it is, some more small pots for yourself. But the damage is indeed coming in. The Storm Surge, you need to get out of this. Only 50 health remaining for them, and they're going to be destroying builds on the top side, making sure if you're sky basing that you are not going to get anything else out of this. Now, of course, the edits, the walls, you only have so many materials left. The metal is getting for real. 6 squads remaining, only 9 people remaining. That means we have a couple duos, a couple solos, maybe a whole trio even, but still, I doubt that because there's so much fighting going on here. Achilles right now being shot out by himself, looking for it, looking for anything. They do indeed the med kits, but there goes good vibes Pixel.
And Achilles needs to be really careful. Achilles only has 1 med kit.
Yep.
So if he gets caught out in this storm and one other person has even 2 med kits, he might go down for the count. But Magic is going to be the last alive for his team as well, as Pixel goes down permanently at the hands of Achilles. Alley Boy going to take that Storm Surge damage, is going to ultimately go down. Frosty's going to finish out that, as well as finish out Dunson. And that's going to leave only 5 players left in this game. There's only 3 teams left. This is anybody's game right now as everybody tries to move up top and tries to get this damage out before that damage gets them. But Clark needs to be really careful. Clark pushing aggressively into Magic, and Magic is going to take that damage, and ultimately he's going to go out, and that's going to be it for Magic's team. And that is going to leave Clark, Frosty, and Vaxify as today's Victory Royale team. What an amazing game.
That was all 3 people on that squad still alive, and look how far having your team gets you. I mean, you still had everybody. That's a hard task to get your whole team and still win. That is amazing. So it's unfortunate that you still only have a couple solos left to remain because you can't do much. You don't have your team, and you can see right there are the players after our first game getting up, talking about it, and you can see some coaches talking to their team about the strategy, about what happened, what went wrong, what went right, about all the things that happened in that first game. And folks, that was only game 1. That was only game 1. We still got 2 more.
We do still have 2 more drops for Fortnite today. And I mean, it's it's just one of those things where that end game gets so intense. But having a full squad finish out the whole match, I don't think we've seen that this weekend.
No, we have not.
That's the first time this weekend we've even seen that. So, man, what an amazing game. Now, it's been a great morning so far, and we are just getting started.
Yeah.
Right? So, again, intense gameplay. I'm ready for the next one, but we will be right back after this break with our Fortnite winners and so much more. See you soon.
Oh, no commercial. No commercial.
Just kidding.
Just kidding. We
Just
lied.
kidding.
Sorry.
But we are going to hop into these replays to kind of check out what happened. So, there were some intense fights. That last one, incredible, right? But there were so many more before that.
Yeah. I mean, you can see that there were some of these solos, you took some, storm damage as well. As you can see here is the replay for the remaining final squads. This was 16 squads, and then it went to like 5, just like that. And you can see Summer, LM7, Goal looking for some people here.
Sparkly this was an incredible work, right? If we go back a little bit in this replay, Goal saw Sparkly up there and said, no. You're going to come down. We're going to take you out, right? You're not staying in this fight. King Kyle going down, leaving Achilles by himself.
Nobody. And again, when you're down a teammate, you don't have anything towards that end circle. Ollie boy Clark trying to get on top of this rotation with his teammate, but knows that there's something going to be down here. Magic Sucks gets eliminated and knocked out, and that was the last person remaining.
Wins them the game, man. But also the Storm took out the last person standing. Achilles goes out at the same time as Magic, leaving them as, Victory Royale squad. And that's amazing to have your whole, I know I've said it before, right? But this was the whole squad. And it's so rare, especially we saw it this weekend. 3 full matches, and there was not a full squad until today.
And I mean, you got to take a look at the eliminations for that team as well. 4, 4, and 5. That means that they had 13 eliminations, which is 26 points plus, I believe, the 62 that you get for first place, or 60, I believe. I can't recall, but still, that's a lot. It's still a lot of points to put you towards that leaderboard. So that's something that you're good to have, and of course, it maybe puts you in that top 8 or even in first place, which is what some of those teams are fighting for. And of course, that's what we're looking for. That's what you're looking for, the ice in the veins,
I'm going to be honest. I'm just glad I'm not in these lobbies with them.
This ain't in my rank
I
lobbies.
can guarantee you I would not have made it to first in that my squad would have been down a player.
Yeah, I would have been made it past the first circle.
I would have been in the top 16, maybe.
Yeah, I'd probably fall off the map somewhere. I don't know how I got eliminated.
You're out of Cape Charge. You didn't even realize.
Didn't realize it.
But these kids, I know I've said it before, these kids are they're such intense
amazing
players, and they're so good at their craft that it amazes me some of the strategies that they utilize, right? Yeah. They can, come back from one player, reboot their whole squad, and then suddenly you don't know what's going on. You don't know what's happening. But then the Storm Surge, right? The Storm Surge, the Storm damage, you have to be really, really careful, because if you're mid-heal and then you're getting attacked, you're down. Like we saw the Storm damage take out Achilles at the end there, as well as Magic just getting attacked by a full squad. Yeah. and then the full squad wins the game, and it's like, wow, what happened?
What happened? And again, that is how close it's going to get. And again, that was game 4, and I think you can feel a difference in the gameplay, and you can see the players. I think you can feel like quite a bit of a difference in day 2, because players are starting to get more aggressive. They're understanding, okay, our time is running out to try to win this tournament, so we need to start going. We need to start punching it. Unless you're a top 8 team, then you realize, okay, we don't need to be risking our life for eliminations anymore. We can relax. We can try to play the Storm, try to play placement, because maybe we can win off that. There's a lot of mind game that goes into this, trying to win it out. And of course, folks, we are populating the lobby right now as players get back settled in. You can see some of them just had to get up and take a breather, because again, some of these people were tired towards the final circle, and that's a lot of nerves, that's a lot of breathing. You got to take a deep breath and relax for your next game, because imagine doing all of that and still being told, okay, you got 1 or you got 2 more. So that's a lot.
And it's scary. It is, because I mean, when I'm in a top 3 fight, I know I'm holding my breath for a lot, especially if it's in the Storm. I'm holding my breath. So when you finish that, you're like, oh, okay, I can breathe again, but now I have to get ready for the next match. And then that's not even your last one. You still have 1 more after that. So it's one of those things where you know, they have to take their breath, but they also have to make sure that they're still locked in. You cannot unlock because you gotta stay locked.
Yeah, you gotta stay locked. You got a couple more games, and yeah, you know, let's talk. You know, one thing I love is like these mascots. Like you know, XP League has some great mascots. You got the gnomes. You know, the gnomes is great. You got like, you know, you got Exo, you got Ghost. That's pretty cool, man. In my opinion, I love some of these mascots, and some of these teams. You know, I saw a Yeti. Did you see a Yeti?
I did see a Yeti.
I did see a Yeti.
Yeah,
I saw a gnome as well.
But you know, speaking of these teams with their really cool mascot, I think Scooby has some information from the teams. So let's go over to Scooby and see how they're doing.
Let's go see Scooby.
Hello, everybody, and I have a couple players here today that we're just going to be going over a couple questions and kind of just interacting with them and getting to know who they are and why they do what they do. So first and foremost, for my first question, even though I just asked it a little bit a while ago, but I'm going to ask it again, and only because I am really curious. Why did you guys come up with that name? Was it just merely because of the old teammate, or was it more of a certain reason? I mean, I can see you guys got some fans back there, so I feel like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like there has to be a little bit more weight to the name, or is it just strictly due to the fact of your guys' old teammate gave you guys the name?
Strictly due to the fact that our old teammate came up with it, just lack of options and ideas.
Hey, it's all good, because at the end of the day, I mean, you got fans and you guys are winning, so who can hate? Who can be mad at it? So for my second question is, how much do events like these matter to you guys, and especially to you as well, Coach? How much do these events excite you guys as you guys go throughout your journey? And again, I want to know your insight as well about how much does this help you as a coach to monitor your players?
Right. Well, so I'm the lead commissioner. This is Coach Fall.
Oh, nice.
And their coaches are actually back in San Antonio, but it means the world to us to see these guys work so hard and dedicate themselves and then make it to this, right? This is what it's all about. And they've proven themselves, and then they prove it again by winning the first round, right? So just to see them be able to take everything they've learned and then apply it into this, and plus the teamwork and positivity that they exemplify, it's all just the complete picture. So we're just so proud of this team.
Nice. I love to hear that. And then, I mean, any comments from you guys when it comes to on how much this excites you as a player? I mean, as esports knows, this is not an easy field to get into. So how do you guys really feel about, you know, doing the thing and actually being here and to contribute to the games that you love?
I mean, we're really excited. This is our first time here, so we're really pumped.
Yeah, like she said, it's my first time ever doing anything like this. This is it's a lot to take in. Yeah. Oh, he said it's a lot to take in.
No, and I understand that. And honestly, take it all in. Like, truthfully, please take it all in. I mean, if without you guys, I wouldn't be able to do this, and we wouldn't be able to have the cameras or anything like that. So I really do appreciate you guys for coming out. All right. So for my last question, which might seem a little bit, you know, lukewarm, but for my last question, and genuinely, why do you guys like Apex? Why do you guys play the game that you guys competitively play? Is it because of the mechanics? Is it because of just the enjoyment and fun? Is it something more? I'm curious.
Me and her are siblings right now.
Just for a little bit.
Yeah,
One just for a little bit.
So our dad got us into gaming, and we just owe it to him, really.
Yeah, our dad got us into it. I really like the mechanics. It's kind of different than any other game with the movement and the change of metas, and it's just been really fun trying this out. Just really different than any other game.
From a viewer perspective, it's a gorgeous game. It's beautiful to watch these kids play it. It's so enjoyable to watch just because it's such a beautiful game as far as the gameplay and the graphics and the maps and everything. It's amazing game.
Nice. Any other comments?
Ever since I played Apex and like played it for the first time, I just knew it was the game for me. Like, I enjoyed everything about the game.
Well, that's all the questions I have, and I appreciate you guys so much. Please, let me get some high fives in here. Please. Right
on.
Oh, yeah. And I really do thank you guys. First of all, come on. I need a little bit more energy. Yes, sir. Thank you. And I appreciate you guys for tuning in.
We love Scooby. Scooby's great. Make sure, again, if you see him roaming around, make sure you go stop. Talk to him. Yap his ear off.
He's
Loves
fantastic,
that.
yeah.
But, I mean, listen, I love seeing the coaches, all the support that these kids have. These teams are here because they have a passion for gaming, right? And, you know, I think that's why we're here too.
That's why we're here. We love video games. I mean,
I love video games, man. But seeing so much passion coming out of kids, some of these kids are so young.
Hyped up.
And seeing so much excitement and energy, not just from them, but from the people around them, it's so beautiful to see.
And, you know, they got signs. They got their, you know, they got their dads dressed up as Yetis and gnomes and, like, crazy things. You know, we got, like, little Nessie hats all around.
I hope we see the gnome with Scooby at some point.
I hope we see the gnome in Scooby. And if not, please come here.
Find us or Scooby. I gotta see it.
Yeah, we do want to see you. we love that. I love that gnome, man. But yeah, really, really, really nice stuff. And again, yeah, if you do see Scoop, he's one of the friendliest people. You see the energy from him in that video, and he's awesome. He's wearing a bright orange sweater.
You can't miss him.
You can't miss him. He's fantastic.
You can try, but it won't work.
It won't work. It won't work. And say hi to the cameraman too. Alex is awesome.
Alex is great.
He's been holding that heavy thing the whole day. And you know, speaking of Alex, and also like the production in general, thank you to the production team as well. I mean, this is fantastic. You know, we're just only the people who are talking. You know, a big thank you to everybody here, and you know, they've been fantastic. You know, playing some Fortnite. You know.
Yeah, you know, I feel great. I know production's feeling great, but these kids are here for a reason. Yeah. So why don't we take a look at what they're here to play for?
Yeah. What?
Right? Let's take a look at all these amazing things that they're playing for.
Look at
right?
those.
We have trophies. We have medals. These are amazing.
These are
I
sick.
want one. Can I have one too? Casters are getting one too,
Casters
right?
getting one, right?
Right, like
we deserve a casting award, but yeah, there it is right there. Look at those XP League North American final trophies, and you can see the first place ones right there, and that's fantastic, man. Look at the medals too. We got medals this time around, man, and it's awesome, man. Look at the silver and gold, real silver, obviously, real silver and gold, 100% platinum, you know, 4K for real, you know, like just like real gold, you know, obviously, but gotta love it. And
I mean, look, just imagine one of those on your bookshelf.
Yeah, I wish.
I have 4 bookshelves. I need one for each.
One for each. Hey, look, there's a reason why we're up on the desk. Is because we weren't good enough to play.
Speak for yourself.
Oh, my mistake. I'm not good enough to play.
No, but I mean, it's just, it's so fun. And it's so nice to see them having something physical that they can play for and kind of hold and see that, hey, I accomplished this, and there's physical proof that I did that, right? But, I mean, I like trophies. I don't know about you, but I like trophies. I'm sure they're very, very excited for that.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, the lobby is being populated right now, folks. Don't we got 38 people in there. There's still some more coming in soon. Again, 96 players is what we're getting. Only 96, or not only 96, 96 players, and only third gets like all these trophies. You know, we have a minuscule amount. So even though I know it's North American Finals, we are all here, but look at the vast majority of them. Look how many players there are, dude. So this lobby is indeed getting filled up. And of course, no nerves, deep breaths. And if you're listening into the, you know, the live stream, you know, take deep breaths, you know, relax. It's okay. You know, you're here. The most important thing about this is having fun. That's what games are all about, is to have fun. And that's why we're here mainly. It's to have a great time. And, you know, you were here to drink some chocolate milk, you know, and
yeah, make sure
have a lot of fun.
But also make sure you're checking out those little, you know,
the booths,
the PCs.
Yeah, the peripheral booths.
Because I think it's still there, but there was a PC booth yesterday for Peripheral, so I'm pretty sure it's still there. So if you get the chance, you should go check them out. Because honestly, listen, not even just the PCs, like the inside's great. The outside, I love those cases.
Love it.
They're so cool. I love them. They're actually, I might get one for myself soon.
I might need to run over to that booth real quickly. I'll be right back.
I might need to replace my big square one with one of the rounded ones.
Yeah.
Because they're very nice. They're very sleek. But they're also powerful, right? They're running Fortnite very, like no issues. I haven't seen any graphical issues. I haven't seen anything like that. So it's really nice to see how much power is coming out of these PCs, right? But not even just the PCs. A lot of these players are using the mouse and keyboard for them too.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can see it slowly but surely. Look at the quality of that. Look at the LEDs.
I don't know about you. I love some RGB.
Yeah, I love the RGB. And look at that. You got your graphics card and everything, man. This guy's a lucky guy to be on this computer. I know that there's a lot more there, but this guy specifically, he's lucky to be on this. But look at, yeah, man, that's super sick. That's That's awesome, dude. And of course, like, I know a lot of players are bringing their own mouses and keyboards and stuff, and how easy compatible it is just to plug in and say, hey, all right, it works. and it works, man. Anytime I try anything at my own PC at home, nothing works. I think
you need to fix your refresh rate, I'll be honest.
Yeah, man, and I might need a peripheral. But you know what? Let's take a looky at our leaderboard real quick to see where our teams are standing. Let's see.
Oh, we've got some changes.
Oh.
We got some updates. All right, Falls Church has taken over the leaderboard. They are first right now. Ackworth in second, Irvine in third.
Wow, these top three. We did just have Wellington Mustangs at the top, correct? I believe previously. So it has indeed moved, hasn't it?
Both first and second, now fourth and fifth. They might have to
step it up a little bit.
Might have to step it up a little bit, kind of come up. But Austin Hydra has made it onto the leaderboard.
Yeah.
Ghost Orb has made it onto the leaderboard. They are coming
up
for that first place.
They're coming for that first place. And again, we still have 2 games left to go.
This is still anybody's leaderboard, to be honest. Like, anybody who even isn't on the leaderboard right now still has that chance.
You can win 2 games and also get a lot of eliminations, and you can probably have around like maybe 180 points. So you can still get up there, man. So some of these teams are still playing out. And again, not every single team has placed like first place every game. It's not like consistency about like, oh, I can win this game constantly. It's about your placing. It's about what is the best team. If we do like, like 8 games on average, who is going to be on top? So.
Yeah, absolutely. But also, this is where it's really, the proof is in the pudding, right? The eliminations mean so much. If you can't get those placements, get those eliminations.
Yeah.
If you can get those eliminations, still go for that placement. But you don't have to stress about it. But you know what? I'm trying to see how many eliminations are coming in right now.
There
so we are dropping off that battle bus. It is 20 seconds until the last stop. If you don't know what the last stop is, that means that the bus kicks everybody off that's still on it. So we see a lot, still pretty well spread out.
Yeah. Back in again, and you can see a lot of these POIs here. You got first order base, a couple of players flying over there, pumped powers, and you can see a lot of players actually converging towards this top right here. And even though there's not a lot there to be, there is still a lot of players going towards those POIs. A little bit towards the bottom of the map, there's actually not a lot of people coming to these POIs. Demon's Domain, there's only like 2 teams here, and of course that green squad maybe going to Canyon Crossing, or maybe just finding a little spot for themselves here. The question is, do you want to drop in some of these higher drop POIs, or are you looking for like a little house on the side just for like a chest? And it's about the looting depending on where you want to be. And already we have an elimination on Motion Ruski.
Oh my goodness, and Squid, Godly Strawberry still kind of dropping in, but they have a team dropping with them, so they're gonna have to be aware. The other thing is, you want to try and hit these POIs first. You don't want to still be in the air when somebody's underneath you on the ground, because then you're at a disadvantage. You don't want to be, trying to dodge shots while you're also trying to land where you need to go. But we can see here quite a few, eliminations coming out on the board. Doji is down, Beetle's down, Trixie's down.
Yeah. Ghoul and
Aguate. Oh, Zeno's coming in hot.
He's coming in hot indeed, and you can see here, and you got
Core is down. Core is still up. I'm sorry. Core is still up. Real's up. But Doji got kind of, knocked pretty fast. He's come back. Don't leave me, wait.
I'm by the reboot van. And if I get eliminated, just help me there, but
we see here, though, Dark Shadow, Pancake, Parker still, they're watching, right? They've got this high ground. They kind of want to try and, position around. They're trying to catch them as they're coming up, right?
Yeah.
So we see Real, Core. I don't know if they know that Pancake is right there.
Yeah, I don't know either. And one of the things that we have to think about is like also in this game, the Red Rift to get you that DMR. The Red Rift would just spawn in, and you have to go over to grit that mythic DMR is what we're looking for. So don't worry, it'll spawn around the map. I don't think we've talked about it before, but you could get a mythic through that. That's what we saw last time with some mythics.
Here's a team we saw a lot yesterday too. Yeah. Mr. Six, Cartier, and Speed. But look at them. They're still here. They got a little guy coming up on them.
Yeah,
little guy. City. But at the moment, they're really just able to kind of gather as much material as they need. They can, they kind of have free reign of Crime City right now. So there's not a whole lot to stress them out. I think they can kind of just focus on getting things locked and loaded.
Yeah, not a lot of crime happening.
Pun intended.
The Pancake Ninja here. We got a couple shots coming in from him with this AR, but shot out in the head, especially 75 health remaining. You got to pop those small pots immediately. Dark Shadow, of course, shooting with that DMR, and we have Parker across with his own as well. And What a glider.
What a glider.
You know what's crazy? That glider, apparently, I've heard it's optimal because you reach the ground sooner.
Oh.
So people are renting optimal gliders.
I'm going to go hunting for that next.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But, I mean, look, they have high ground, but it's not high enough because the one on the hill is just about even, so they're not really playing at a height advantage.
Yeah.
But they do have the walls. They have the building walls. But we do see Khan getting these shots onto Core. Sage is sitting here with him. So now Core and Brilk have two teams looking at them. Lucifer's being very aggressive here because they know that Core just got knocked. They know that it's just Brill left. So they're going to come get this finish on Core. Core's going to go down ultimately, and they are going to get to pick up that weapon.
And just an AR even, but even so, an AR could mean everything here, of course. And, you know, you're looking for more damage. You're looking for more limbs. And with these ARs, I mean, I think it's the Fury AR is what it's called.
It looks like we might have some action over in Supernova Academy as well. Maybe two teams a little duking it out right there.
A little duke out right there, maybe.
A little bit. Yeah, and we see Diddle, Small Fry, and Kai taking on Lunan's team. And this is a little scary.
Yeah, a little spooky. You don't want to be eliminated out. There's 30 teams still remaining, and if you want to be, you don't want to be the squad that's leaving now. So you can see they're starting to rotate out and away from this squad because a lot of these squads do just want to make placement. The problem is that like eliminations, of course, you could be playing for. Maybe Luna and just says, "Nah, I don't need to play for it," and just runs away. Same with Tiddles here, running away.
Well, I think Luna's trying to regroup, maybe.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
He's kind of spread out a little bit.
Yeah,
don't want to be too far away from your team. Again, this is super early on. We're still in. I mean, Storm 1 hasn't even started closing yet. So we still have so much time for this match to go on. But look at Small Fry. He said, I'm going to use my build in edit mode so I can still kind of look through and get these angles on lock. But, you know, Lunan's almost back to the team. Almost back to the squad. The squad is watching out for him. We got Barracuda. We got Summer. Keeping an eye on that enemy team, making sure that they can't push Lunan while Lunan is trying to regroup.
Yeah, need to regroup with your team, especially, Summer, LM7, of course, taking some damage with Barracuda and them. And they see the squad here. And, of course, they're spread out, but 3 different angles to look at. Tiddles might be a little bit too pushed up far ahead, so needs to build himself a whole fortress and going to pop those small pots, of course. And going back to the little flooded frogs here. And what a cool place. Look at the fish and everything.
Very pretty.
Very pretty. Very pretty.
You know, if there's one thing about Fortnite POIs, they're almost always just gorgeous. And I mean, even on low graphics, it pops off. But we don't need low graphics because we got the game going.
And there's that red rift I was talking about. So if you hop in there, I believe it will transport you somewhere to get a mythic DMR. So you can see some people are trying to play for it indeed. And you know, we have a little makeshift porta fort here. Fires from Grayson as well onto Mr. Frosty and the squad. Vaxify here following behind. Radical right now, Mr. Grayson. This Radical squad. I like that, the Radical squad.
Indeed, indeed. And Grayson is trying to get these angles almost perfect onto Vaxify's squad. But it's just not quite enough. They're not really landing the shots they want to land, but we are going to hop over and check on Drizzen's team. Looks like they're kind of just gathering some materials, making sure they got what they need. See, and this is something I feel like not enough people think about. The fences, metal. You could just gather metal. Just get the metal materials you need. That's going to be the one at the very end of the game you really want to have an abundance of, right? Because that's going to be the strongest mat in the game. It is the slowest to build with.
Yeah.
But ultimately, it is going to be the strongest to hold up against these shots, especially in late game where you have, you know, these purples, these golds. You don't want to get hit with those.
Do not want to get hit with those. We got Small Fries? Yeah, Small Fries with the Slim Shady skin, of course. And, you know, no, again, we love the skins. We love to see it, but still no Star Wars. We're still looking for a Star Wars skin.
Yep. I need these outfits to pop off. Let me see the Sith Jar Jar. Let me see the regular Jar Jar. I'm not picky.
You're not picky. Not picky. Just trying to see Jar Jar.
But, no, I mean, we see these teams are still pretty decently spread out. We got a couple of stragglers in the storm, around the storm. Nothing too serious. We do see Gino and Dunson. Ruski is down for the count right now. Oh, they're waiting in the bush. Melky and Avori. Kappa, they don't know. Avori's going to take a lot of damage from Dunson. Dunson is going to take him out ultimately. But Melky, Kappa, they are fighting to tunnel themselves out. Kind of give themselves a little bit of cover. Maybe try and get Avori, but Kappa is going to take some shots from Gino. Going to try and tunnel through, but Gino keeping the aggression going. He's going to keep the aggro there. Kappa and Melky locked into that little bottom section, but Dunson not quite done. Keeping an eye on it. Going to back up a little bit. try and regroup with Gino. They are going to push out, but I mean, that's an elim for your team.
That's an elim for your team. The Bush strat is day one strategy, man. That's amazing that people are still unfortunately falling into that trap. And of course, there was a squad nearby ready to third party, so had to be careful a little bit there as Drizzon here and Xeno Kame looking for Mr. Six over there.
Yeah, Xeno popped off earlier, but Strixie's going to take some shots onto Six. Six, not really in a position to counter, but ooh, Drizzon taking out the tree. He said, "You're not getting cover from the tree. I will take that out." Lorax is calling.
Yep.
All right.
Lorax is Lorax is calling. He speaks for the trees. So.
But we see Xeno and Drizzon trying to kind of get a little bit underneath, but get back up to where, Xeno is. But we see Mr. Six said, hey, you broke my tree. I'm coming for your knees.
I'm coming for you.
All right, so I'm here. I am ready to fight, but Drizzon is going to take that damage. Drizzon's going to just push up, try and get out. But, he's being watched from all angles, right? Yeah. Trixie taking a lot of damage here. Cartier getting on top. Drizzon keeping an eye. He heard him.
Yeah, heard him, especially coming in here. You got to make sure. Their edit is coming in, but a lot of eliminations coming from the bow. Mr. Speedifer getting out and running. You need to crouch. You need to edit. You need to run to the stalls, to the bathroom, trying to break this wall, but Xeno Kame is putting on the pressure, and there's nothing left for Speedixfer to left here. Drizzon here, as well as Xeno Kame getting it, and of course they are down a teammate, but not out completely, breaking the walls, breaking the floors, looking for somebody to kill.
But they're getting third party. Trevor Love has come up with his squad. Drizzon fighting to make sure that he can stay alive. Even if Drizzon goes down, they are trying to stay out of this primary fight. Mr. Six looking like he might be in a little bit of trouble.
Uh-oh.
Maybe just a little bit, but Drizzon taking advantage of the fact that somebody else is looking at Mr. Six to try and get out here.
Get out of there, yep. And the circle is indeed slowly but surely collapsing. Mr. Six knows, and he doesn't have any white heals, but he needs to pop these pots pretty soon.
Minnow.
No, run, Mr. Six, run. There's so many squads here, and there's nothing left for him except 66 health and a wall between him and an elimination from this day, or from this drop number 5, and Mr. Six caught out, and that's going to be gone right there. Minnow era getting rid of him.
Minnow said, I saw you and I took that personally. Yeah. So Minnow is going to ultimately finish off Mr. Six. There is nothing left there for that fight. But, I mean, what a third party.
What a third party.
Intense.
Yeah.
But we're checking in on Zoro and Squigs with Fetch. We see Buva under the bridge has taken quite a bit of damage. Maybe not the best position to be in right now.
Not the best position to be in right now, AJ Fetch.
But I don't know if they know exactly where he is.
Yeah, I don't either. He's exciting. He does have heals here, so I mean he could stay in the storm a little bit longer and try to out heal some of that damage. And yeah, he is indeed just going to start the heal process now, I guess. Pop those pots, and I think they're looking backwards consistently. You see that they keep turning around. They're like, is he there?
Like, did we miss him?
Like, where did he go? Yeah.
Little do they know.
Little do they know. And look, his teammate Mongoose is alive.
Yeah, Mongoose is still there. Mongoose looks like he's somewhere trying to get these heals back. But, I mean, this is... look how few teams... Last time, we had so many squads still up.
Yeah.
Look, we're down to 26. We're already 6 squads down, and we're only in Storm 3. But, Ollie, what happened? You went down so fast. Easy, Foxy, JJ, and Superstar pushing, being aggressive, being the aggressors this round because, again, you want to make sure your squad's getting these elims. We're in the second to last match of the day. This is 5th drop out of 6. You need to start looking to lock in those eliminations and that placement on the leaderboard.
That it's important to have some of these eliminations. They are indeed points that you are trying to play for, as we have 26 squads still remaining, but of course the circle is only getting smaller, and we had 15 towards the 8th circle, so we may only lose a little bit here. And of course that heal smoke bomb, trying to get all the heals in, and wow, just healed straight back up, and they're mining it, making sure that there's not left for anybody else. And yeah, you're waiting for the rotation. A lot of people in this storm, actually. You can see a knock happening over there. It might have been Parker and Buva. Oh no.
Yeah, Buva's down. Buva worked so hard
to stay alive. And we got Sparkly Princess taking on a fight here. Just only Sparkly Princess's left star is unfortunately eliminated in the storm. And Parker, there goes Parker, and of course a medkit and a little sprite save him. And let's take him.
But that is, ultimately going to increase their rating, their hero rating. I don't know if you guys have heard too much about it, but that hero rating goes up based on eliminations. Placement. Oh my goodness, but Sparkly not taking over an answer. Gonna come in, clear Dark Shadow out of this storm, and then kind of get some stuff going. Pick that stuff up, but unbeknownst to them, McSmallFry, Tiddles, they are watching. They see them. They are going for this reboot van. They have the angle. They have it. If they so choose, they could just clear them out. I don't know. I don't think that they realize where they are.
There's a campfire here too. I think they're trying to res their teammate. I think Kai, the master, may be coming back, so they're staying by that reboot van, and Sparkly Princesses are running away, and they need to get the next rotation in. You know, they have a couple pots here, a little bit of heals, so trying to run back to that circle.
I'm just picturing Sparkly Princess 1 and 2 running off, and then all of a sudden you hear a reboot van behind you. You're like, what?
What? What happened? What did we miss? You know, right behind him.
We are going to check in on Zoro, Squigs, and Fetch again. There is a squad right there. They are so close to a cluster of people.
Uh-oh.
And this is kind of where we need to close
Oh
off.
no.
Squig's going to take a lot of damage, down to 18 health.
The alien.
Gotta be really careful.
The alien skin getting shot at, but blending in with the green. Do you think it was tactical?
I think it was. I think they listened to you.
They listened to me. Get the tactical skin in.
I really like the Siri outfit. The Siri outfit that Zoro's rocking right now, one of my favorites in the game. They did really well with that one.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool 6 skins here. I mean, look at this. We got a cow.
Cow?
There was a cowgirl. There's a cowgirl, and you can see here we got like an alien with some headphones on. You know, those some cool skins.
He looks like he's fun to hang out with.
Yeah, he looks like he's. There's an odd one out amongst these skins, and I don't know which one it is. It's one of these.
Not
things.
like the other, but I can't quite tell which one at this point. But I mean, we see the circle. We're only on Storm 4.
Yeah.
There's still so much, and we've only lost one full squad.
Only one full squad.
Lots of players, though.
That's lots of players.
Down.
A lot of little duos and solos around, and you know.
We go. Slime, Felix, and Thunderyard are still hanging out, keeping an eye. Now, see the 4 corners thing here.
We've seen this like every game.
We have. This is the tactical build.
This is the setup. And I think the thing is like, okay, it's really cool because you can see that the floor is being edited to where they can't shoot on the stairs above, and then the triangle in the middle keeps everything, all the floors connected together. So it's like a triple reinforcement essentially for this. And you can see Straticus hiding here with the squad of your lemon.
Straticus with the strategy. You know what I'm saying?
Straticus with the strategy.
I mean, like they have great angles. They can see kind of all the angles they need to, really, and they have all corners locked down. You can see the squads below them are kind of keeping their distance, trying to keep cover above their heads. They don't want to get that knockdown, but we see that Storm Surge coming in soon. Corrosion gonna be shot at. Vaxify locked into that, but Henry gonna take some damage up top. Grayson trying to kind of get back to his team, keep that healing going. Clark, Frosty pushing in from the left side. But, I mean, look at these walls. They're coming down so fast. I mean, the walls are coming down almost as fast as they're being built back up.
And you can see that the green smoke is trying to get healed in, broke it down, and backed out. Corrosion realized it was a mistake, and they are indeed pushing up. But Corrosion might get the rotation towards the backside here, trying to find his way through the chaos as a little bit more wood for him to build with. And I guess, of course, the material is indeed flying away, and they need to break it down. They are just mining away. You need to make sure you keep all these materials up for yourself, getting all that wood and that metal, and maxed out on everything else except wood, so they are still mining it out.
Yeah, I mean, even now, Kai is back.
Kai is back.
Kai is in a fight with Superstar. Kai is going to go down. Superstar taking that clear off the board. Now, Kai's out again. I feel like Kai just got back.
Yeah,
but again,
just got back.
This is what these games turn into. But Storm Surge is active. I don't think Superstar's team needs to worry too much about Storm Surge damage. I think they're probably above the threshold right now.
Yeah.
But again, any of the teams who are not are going to take so much damage, and I really hope that any of them are not in a team fight. But this is going to be Low pushing out with his team, trying to rotate out, but he is going to take shots from Foxy, and that is going to be just enough to kind of cause them to want to move a little bit faster, but they are, unbeknownst to them, going straight underneath another team. That's scary.
Yeah, that's really scary. And I mean, one of the things is that this is the rotation. You know, we're starting to get circles that are somewhat part of the old Storm. So, of course, as the Storm Surge comes in, you need to start thinking about how you're going to get your heals, what's going to be on late here game, because eventually you're not going to be able to get resources from the outside world. What you have with you is what you have with you, and the only way to get the materials is through eliminating other players. So this is starting to get a little bit scary, folks, as we slowly but surely go into Circle 6.
Yeah, and we see Sparkly Princess's squad still up there, Straticus up on the hillside there. I mean, there's a lot going on all at once. We're getting to this smaller storm, and we still see so many teams outside of the safe zone that are trying to rotate into the circle. We see here Copper, Casket, Ethan. They have the damage threshold is fine for them, but like they're surrounded.
Surrounded by people. I mean, there's plenty of people here. Ethan is that gamer. Indeed, he is. Needs to rotate to his team running. And you can see Pengs' washes right there. They're like right there, and they are low. But, you know, this team doesn't want to get too aggressive with any other players. So they are just kind of chilling out here, editing back and forth to see who is shooting at them and who is not. And you can see, look how fast the edit is. Responding back to the shots immediately. Even though a lot of their cover is indeed broken, they can just rebuild that back up.
And that's something, right? Is we see Good Vibes Pixel seeing Trixatello. Trixatello gonna go down ultimately at the hands of Pixel, but Pixel gonna wall that back up because they are taking shots from other angles, so they need to be very, very careful. As we see Magic saw them up top. He saw Skib, he saw Lacuna, he saw Golden. He doesn't want his team to go down because they have other teams looking at them from other sides of the map. That is something that is constant. Right? You are going to constantly, as these circles get smaller, have people on every side of you. So we see Blinksy trying to get some healing up here. We see Pang gonna go down.
Storm Surge. Oh no.
That's gonna be an elimination thanks to Storm Surge. Again, Blinksy's gonna go down here too. That Storm Surge damage is no joke.
Blinksy and them realized that the Storm Surge is going to start killing them, so they needed to run. They needed to start pushing this team, and they started running it, and that's what eliminated them because they had realized, oh no, we don't have that damage threshold. Sparkly Princess here though, oh no. And again, we're still missing Star. Unfortunately, not going to be able to res them back into the game, but you can see right now, Storm Surge again coming right back up, and you need to start getting some more damage in. I mean, Sparkly Princess 3 eliminations, Sparkly Princess 2.
And it's going to be Drox as well going down on this map. We're down to 20 squads, 51 players. This is still anybody's game right now, but it's terrifying. We see Lemon, we see Straticus, we see Doom holding the line here, but Jimmy
from above,
being his good old slippery self up top, making sure, hey, I'm going to get these angles that nobody else is really thinking about. I'm going to try and keep up here so that I see all these teams below me, right? I don't want to be down there. I want to be in a position where if they try to shoot at me, they're going to get shot from other angles, right?
This is such a weird circle as well. You can see the height, the elevation that you're able to get on this map. So we're not as condensed as older fights. I mean, there's a lot of height still. Of course, we're still condensed down here, but there's a lot of like long-range gunfights happening here in the long towards that higher hill. And Twitch Moofer, Mr. Moofer and Sage looking for some heals here, trying to heal back up before the chaos starts back up again. I think they just maybe came out of a fight, so they're looking for it, trying to find somebody to shoot.
You know, I'm noticing that after last match, this time, we're seeing a lot more full squads still together, right? That's going to be Tiddles going down. Achilles taking some damage as well. But Elvis kind of trying to keep this good elevation, but not too high, right? He is going to take some storm damage, not a whole ton, but he needs to be very, very careful. There's not a whole lot between him and these 4 other teams that are directly in front of them, right? They have all 3 of their teammates in this one little bunker, right?
Oh, the rotation.
But again, there's one below, there's one above, there's one to the right. They have to be so mindful. They have to be so aware. Lacuna, Golden, Skib, keeping an eye on them, keeping their reticles locked into that little section because they know there's a squad there.
And this team has the rotation. This is indeed that Grizzly squad that I love so much. They have the early rotation here. They're firing amongst everybody that's coming into them here, running in. And of course, you need heals, you have everything, but the high ground is so important here. Maybe they're looking for the long game because look at this. All these teams are going to be fighting other teams. You can just get eliminations. You could get damage for that Storm Surge all from high up above here. So if a team wants to come up here and take the fight to them, I think they're going to be ready because they can see all the squads.
Yeah, I mean, this is where you want to be when the circle closes in on a mountain like this. This is where you want to be. You want to be the team that's locked into the top of the mountain range, but at the very top.
Yeah,
right?
At the very
because
top.
when it's in a spot that's more like an open valley, you have more angles. But when it's a tone like this, Tronics going down. His team a little bit separated here, but Clark backs by Frosty, keeping that aggression on lock. Right? They see that there's a team pushing into them. There's multiple teams pushing around them. They're going to rotate to the other side of the mountainside. This is where Achilles, Elvis, and King Kyle, I've seen them really, really like have positive movement, but also have really good momentum.
A lot of good momentum in.
But Xeno's going to go down to Pixel.
Uh-oh. Yeah, I mean, we're looking, and there's still 14 teams here, but of course the Chaos is going to be coming a little bit more advent as this squad that had the rotation now is moving against the Storm. So they're going to be actually the last team coming into it, but still building on height. They are still very adamant about that, working on that high ground and making sure that they are still last squad standing.
They do have to be really careful because we saw yesterday that fall damage is no joke, right?
Yeah.
When you're building that high with nothing underneath besides just the plain platform, you got to be really careful because if it breaks, it's done. But yeah, Lacuna, like I just said, here is going to go down. Oh, he didn't go down. He's alive. He made it. He's at 19, but he's still there. You're the Lemon though. Full HP, no shields, got to be really careful. King Kyle, Elvis, they're going to get Achilles back up, but this Storm is closing in. The teams are closing in. They have to break these builds to replace them with their own, but Trevor really low here. Sleuth and Trevor, the last two standing for their team. They are going to try and fight Sparkly Princess, but Sparkly Princess 2 coming in to help with that. They're not leaving each other alone.
The Storm is starting to come in, but of course the Chaos are starting to unfold. You're starting to get builds everywhere, walls, edits. There is a lot of Chaos coming in, and you still need to get as many eliminations as you can. 13 squads still here remaining, and of course there's nothing but Chaos amongst everywhere. The Storm is starting to come in. You need to start getting out. Trees are in your way, of course, and you can see outside of the view of everything, all the builds, and of course there's nobody being knocked right now. Even though there's so much gunfire, now you see Aqua get knocked. There's so many things happening right now, and you got to just be the last team standing. There's so much chaos. Look at it all.
We still have 12 squads up, 25 players, but Baxify, Frosty, Clark taking this high ground, making sure nobody's going to be able to push without being seen by them. Trevor, going to be really low. Moochifer, Sage, Condog, all of them still really, really healthy right now, but in a really good position. They don't have to worry too much about the people around them because they have the majority of the build near them, so they are going to be able to edit themselves through, but they are going to break these, rebuild on top. They're trying to move as fast as possible to keep their momentum going. Jimmy staying as slippery as always, kind of keeping to himself underneath, hiding, keeping himself safe, but we are going to see Copper, Teenum, Magic, they're all pushing together. I think that they took it personally when we said we hadn't seen any full squads make it until last match. I think they're trying. So many of these squads are trying to keep together, trying to keep themselves safe, and trying to keep their full squad going, but Teenum, the last man standing, he is pushing Sleuth. I don't know if he realizes Sleuth is so close, but Magic as well pushing up behind him super, super aggressively. They need to be so careful. This Storm is getting so small. I mean, this circle is almost gone.
And they're out of mats here. Look at this. Magic Sucks is out of mats with this squad. They don't have anything here. They're just going off of what they can and cannot edit. They need to get an elimination here to maybe refill or maybe just play underneath it all underneath the whole chaos. They still have their full squad here remaining. Good Vibes Pixel know that they have an edit here. Achilles is here towards that top. They're still running underneath it all, and only one player on their team maybe has some of these mats. There's 5 squads remaining, 11 people left. Teenum is knocked out from the top side, and of course the rotation is coming. Condog running in from the top side as well. Achilles flying out with that bird, and of course on top of all of it, it is indeed Frosty once more. Good Vibes Pixel coming up to the top side here. Of course, gunfire, shotgun fire, every single where. One low. Good Vibes Pixel losing a couple days of health, and of course we see another team knocked out of their tournament.
And that's gonna be Sage and Magic both down. Pixel's down too. That leaves just One on that squad to keep everything going. This is where the healing is going to come in clutch. They have to even try and stay in the circle, but that's going to be a wall keeping One in the storm. One's going to go down. That's going to wipe that full squad. That's leaving Condog as the last man standing on his squad. Achilles is the last man standing on his, it looks like. And Clark gets the last one on... Maybe last two. One of the last two.
Oh no, they're going to find him.
But Clark's going to drop down.
Oh my goodness. Wait, Condog is just going to run away and try to heal. His goal is going to be trying to heal with this chug jug. He needs to start slurping away. And there it goes. Wait, can he get it in time? 10 health per. I don't know if this is getting... He knocked down Clark. He still heals. He won the game. Condog 20. You absolute demon. Making that call to run away with the crow and out-heal the Storm. And makes that call by himself as a solo. What an amazing game.
I had fear. There was only 40 left in that chug jug, and he managed to make it work. He got enough damage out on the other two that he was able to get out, use that 40, and keep himself just barely in, because when we saw, he had 32 HP by the time the last two had fallen. That's incredible. I mean, just... The
Amazing.
pressure.
And another thing is, Condog makes the call to Crow out, and he still has a charge of 40 life remaining. But you can see where he was looking towards more loot. He knew that there were still heals out there that people probably didn't pick up, and he was looking for it. That's the mind games. That's the type of things that you have to think about towards the end. And then he left the remaining squad, and they say, "Oh no, wait, we have nothing," and he just flew away. So movement, heals, everything is important towards the end. What an amazing game 5.
And you want to talk about taking risks, right? You have 40 left in a chug jug. You don't know what that enemy team has.
Yeah.
They could have had 2 medkits. You wouldn't know. So you take that risk, and sometimes that's the play that as we saw, makes or breaks the game.
Yeah.
So, I mean, congratulations to Condog. That was an amazing,
That's
victory
a highlight.
royale. But I mean, all these teams fought so hard. There were so many full squads that we saw at the end of that game that I genuinely thought we were going to see another full squad.
Yeah.
But then Condog came in. He was like, "Hey, don't sleep
watch
on me.
this.
I got this. Don't worry."
Said, "Hold my milk."
But I mean, even looking at the live venue right now, we see all the kids are still locked in. You know,
Yep.
they still have that last match.
Still
They're like,
locked.
okay, this is the match. This is the one. This
So
is
last
where,
one.
you know, they're strategizing. We see some coaches talking to each other. I mean, this is amazing.
I mean, that was
What an
was
intense final
perfect.
match. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, the
I
casters
think I
had
may
to
have blown out the speakers. My fault there. I apologize.
Yeah, we were really hyped up about it because, I mean, I just saw it from that final rotation too. You can see out of all the kills, Condog flies over all on top of the builds, and then to build up, and then finally the team knocks him down from below, and then he's like, "All right, bye. I'll see you."
I'm out. I can't do this.
He was healing, of course, as well, and from a previous fight because he was by himself, and then he got called out, and then off he goes. Condog winning that game 5 in amazing fashion, and obviously that team is definitely hyped up.
I'm not gonna lie. When Clark dropped down, I had heart palpitations. I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh my god, where'd he come from?"
It's super
But,
scary.
I mean, that's what we were talking about, right? It's down to the wire, especially in those when you're the last 2 teams standing, right? And you have to do this heal. You have to make the choice, right? You either fight or you heal.
Yeah.
And in that moment, Clark's team made the choice to fight.
Yeah.
And then Condog said, I'm not fighting. I'm
There's
leaving.
No way. But having that Iceman, knowing that knowledge of understanding, hey, if I'm down teammates, what can you do? I can win this game still. Seeing that angle and saying, hey, there's still an angle in this game where I can win, that's the type of players that we have here at North American.
Yeah, I mean, there were some intense fights. So let's take a look at those fights, right? Let's look at these replays. There's a lot that happened all at once. So we see here this fight between Speed and Mr. Six. I believe this is the fight where Mr. Six was left by himself.
Yeah.
Because there's somebody on the other side of this wall, but there's also somebody pushing him in. Zeno comes in, knocks Speed down. He says, Speed, you're not going anywhere.
Speed, you're not going anywhere. You have no speed.
But here's Kai going down. He had just been rezzed.
Yeah.
He'd just been rebooted, and Superstar said, I need this. Thanks. I need to get my damage threshold above 2,000.
And this right here, they realized, yeah, they had to push because look at the Storm Surge. It was starting to eliminate them, and they had to run at this team, and then they ran out of time. So, of course, and then here it is, the final play, Condon making the call to run out, and there's still 2 players remaining, and they just started running.
Yeah,
and they had no idea. They didn't know what to
Clark
do.
go down, right?
Look, still
Clark
looking
goes
for more
down,
loot.
Vaxify goes down. And, I mean, again, he had 32 health left. 32. I don't know when the last time you had 32 health in
And
the
won a
last
game.
2, like in a 1v1 team scenario. That is terrifying.
Terrifying.
All right, if you have less than 50 HP and you're in the point where just Storm, no circle, it's scary. Because if you have not enough health, you chance losing that victory royale. So the fact that he made that play and he made that call and he had so much confidence in being able to do that, it's again these players every year I get more scared that I'm gonna find them in my life.
Yeah, it's impressive. It's really impressive, but it is also scary to see how on a level how different of a level they play on, because you can see the edits, the mechanics, the fundamentals. They are doing so much more. I need a chocolate milk break.
I bet you do. Now anybody else who needs chocolate milk, that white tent is still up. Florida dairy farmers still got some milk in there. All right, there is lactose-free options as well. So if you got a little tummy ache, don't worry about it.
And we got
that won't
straws.
cause it.
Silly straws too, man. Go over to that white tent, get you some milk, man. And
Those silly straws are where it's at. I love them.
It's so good.
So many colors.
I love it. I love them. It's so good, chocolate milk. And also, if you are just still waiting around for your game to start specifically, we got food trucks. We got cool stuff out here. We got the juice truck. That's a full sale favorite. We love that. It comes to every event. Go get some juice, guys. It's fantastic. And if you save your cup, you save $1 too. And of course, We thank all of our sponsors, and please check out the Peripheral booth as well in that live venue. Get yourself a really, really cool PC. You know, take a look at it, take a look at their prices, and it's awesome. They're running fantastic, and again, they supplied the 96 PCs to help us play here today.
They did, and I mean, as you've probably seen, the timing and the graphics, beautiful, right? We have so many opportunities, even just today, to see those PCs in action, but we're already seeing so much awesome power coming out of those today. And not even just the PCs, the peripherals. Yeah. Here and there, we're seeing those peripherals being used, and it's super cool to see. So yeah, make sure you check those out. And also, okay, we still have Scooby roaming around, so make sure you find him.
Yep, find him.
Make sure you go talk to him.
Find Scoob.
Tell him I sent you.
Yeah, tell him Soda and Chubb sent him, and you know, we love him. Tell him that we love him, because we do love Scoob.
Because he is really, him and Alex are the goats. All right. But no, I mean, that was just incredible gameplay. And every year I get more and more impressed, but also more and more scared of these kids.
They are amazing. And you know, let's take a looky at, you know, some of our sponsors. Actually, speaking of, since we talked about the milk and everything, a big thank you and a big shout out to all of our sponsors. Of course, Peripheral, Florida Dairy Farms, and we still got a couple more here. You know, Greater Orlando, PepsiCo, and Pre-Fire. You know, they have some booths all around. You know, take a looky at them, because without them, we can't do what we love most, and we just watch some video games and watch some esports. It's great esports. It allows us to do what we love most, and that is esports.
Yeah, and it also allows us to kind of help bolster the future of esports with these youth esports plays and these youth esports tournaments. It's not only giving us the opportunity to be up here and, you know, hanging out with you guys, but it's also giving them the opportunity to build these social skills with each other and kind of learn skills that they can use outside of gaming. So XP League itself, super cool place to be. If you guys haven't, you know, kind of looked into that a little bit more, obviously I'm sure the people here are pretty well versed in it. But, you know, if you're watching from home, kind of take a look. Check them out. They're really cool. They have a lot of opportunity for kids and for youth in esports. So, I mean, make sure you're getting as much knowledge from them as you can, as well as all the rest of our sponsors.
Yeah, and yeah, huge shout out to them. Love it. And we are still loading up. Of course, folks, this is our final game. So it is do or die time. You have to do everything you can in this last game. If you are 8th, I'm not feeling too secured, in my opinion. You know, if you're looking for a podium or a first place, you got to be aggressive. But that brings the question, are all teams about to be very aggressive? You know, this is a different game now going in. You're not playing how you usually would. This is the final game. There's going to be some weird stuff happening. Final teams are going to be a little bit more adamant about getting in there and getting eliminations, getting that placement and forcing that placement. You know, reminder that if you would eliminate a team, that's more placement points for you. So it's a double whammy. You need to be getting more aggressive.
But, you know, don't worry, though, about this being the last game of Fortnite, because we have a ton of other stuff coming for you all day, right? We have Fortnite ending here soon with our last drop, but right after that, around 12, we have Apex Legends, right? Then around 3, we've got some first-person shooter action for you with Overwatch, okay? I'm excited for that one, personally.
Me too.
I won't be on the desk for that.
Yeah.
But
it is super hyped to watch, yeah.
Because that's a very high energy, high intensity, you know, just space to be, and those teams, they're scary too.
Yeah, and of course we got Rocket League at 5:30 p.m. and you will see me during that as well. So do not worry, this is not the last that you'll see me and Soda, because Valorant is also at 7 p.m. and I believe you're doing Valorant as well, correct?
That is correct. I will see you guys again around 7 p.m. for that Valorant gameplay. But I mean, drops here soon. We're getting those drops in here soon. I am so excited for this the finale of Fortnite, right? So after this match, you know, once we get those scores finalized, the scores tallied up, somebody's walking out of here with a trophy.
Somebody's coming up here.
Right? So we're going to get that trophy. We're going to get those medals, you know, all that really cool stuff. A lot of swag going out with that. But yeah, I mean, that's what these kids are here for, right? They're here to not only compete, but to show that they're the best of the best, right? They're here to prove that they made it for a reason. And I think that's, in and of itself, fantastic.
And you know, oh man, I'm so sad. I can't believe it's ending soon. And I mean, like, for me, it feels like we've been on this journey for like, I know it's been only 2 days, but still, like I love XP League. You know, I love, you know, North American Finals. It is such a journey to see progress. You know, as I used to be a coach as well, you know, for XP League, and the journey to get here is such a long one. And the you know, the lights in the kid, like you can see the sparkle in the kids' eyes about how much they really want to win this. And I've seen some of these kids, you know, they put their blood, sweat, and tears in this. You know. They really, really want to do good here. And I love the fact that they all came out. It's so cool.
And I mean, even looking at the live venue right now, we still see so many coaches, so many kids, so many siblings, so many parents. I see a lot. Let's see if we can find any of these mascots on the floor. I don't know. I can't see anybody right now. I need that gnome. I need that gnome to come find us.
Yeah,
or
Gnome.
Scooby.
Or Scooby.
And the Yeti too. I saw the Yeti out there somewhere.
Do you think we can find Scoob? I bet he's wearing bright orange, right? We'll find him.
But I mean, like, we've got so many of the parents wearing jerseys to match their kids' jerseys too. So I know I saw a couple people with like the IGN of their kids and then like mom or dad.
See, I saw a little baby sister wearing older brother's previous jersey from last year, and it was so big. It was so cute. But you know, they still got jerseys from last year as well, and they're bringing that out here as well. Our 2024 jerseys, that was cool. And yeah, it's so much more support. I love it. I love it. I love it. It just gets me so happy to see so much support for esports in general, and to see that, you know, hey mom, I don't like soccer as much as I like Rocket League. Okay, then play some Rocket League.
Yeah, you know, I'll give up soccer for car soccer.
That's what I'm saying. Any day of the week.
But I mean, the other cool thing, right, is that after this match, it won't be so quiet in here either. We're gonna have the people from over in the venue come over here to receive their rewards, which is awesome. So this space behind us is also going to be full of people here soon. After this last drop, it's going to get kind of crazy in here. All right, we're going to have a lot of energy from the milk, I'm sure.
Yeah, a lot of energy from the milk.
And I mean, I'm very, very excited to not only see the finalists from this match, but also kind of get to see everybody in action here and kind of get hype over here.
Yeah.
I feel a little lackluster. I feel like I'm missing out some of the hype.
And you know what we're playing for?
We're playing for these trophies.
These trophies back
these
here.
Awesome, super cool trophies
over
here in the live venue.
And the medals and as well. Look at them. Take a look at. Oh my goodness.
I mean, they are
beautiful.
So cool looking. You know, we got the tall, slim ones. We've got the medals. It's just, and also the design of the trophies this year.
So sick, so cool.
Sleek.
So cool, and the coach is gonna get one, and the owner's gonna get one. A lot of cool. And look at those medals, man.
Oh,
look at that. Third place as well, and everything.
First place, second place, third place. They're all gonna get some.
They're all gonna get something. This is cool. It's really, really cool, man. I love it. And look at the sleek design, the wood, the carving, man. It's some good craftsmanship right there. Very smooth stuff.
Then we see the logo for North American Finals in there too.
Oh, so cool.
Very nicely done.
So cool. To say that you're a Fortnite champion at at the age that some of these kids are like 10.
Yeah, I mean, now listen, that's an achievement.
That's
okay.
More than I was doing when I was 10. I wasn't doing anything. I don't think when I was 10.
But no, I love that they have this opportunity, because this is an opportunity that, when I was a kid, didn't really exist yet.
Yeah.
So seeing esports being branched out so much and in such a way that these kids have an opportunity like this to not only play at a grand finals, but play at a LAN grand finals, which, I mean, even as an adult, I've been so few LANs as a player, but like every single time I've been to one, it still blows my mind.
Great.
Both as a player and as a caster, or as, production support. It's incredible, the work and the time and the effort that goes into these things to make the experience so memorable, especially for these kids.
Yeah, and it's amazing. And folks, we got 90 people-ish in the lobby, so we are getting loaded up here very shortly here soon. But one thing I wanted to ask you is, I know I mentioned all these guns and the different variety that we have, but one of the things that we haven't talked about is the healing. There are pods, big pods, small pods, but I didn't even realize that the Chug Jug was in until like game 2 from yesterday. There's so many new things in this meta that changes. The Chug Jug is fantastic, but they changed it. Remember how when it used to heal both shield and health at the same time? It now does like one, if the bar is full for the health, then you get shield. And yeah, that's changed, but obviously it helped Condog in the last game where it was just healing his white health up.
Speaking of Condog, let's take a look at this leaderboard, because I'm sure that kind of boosted them up a little bit. Now, I have been informed that 7 and 8 currently tied.
Ooh.
So 7th and 8th on the leaderboard, the Wellington Mustangs White and Oakland Nomads are tied.
Wow.
Which is, I mean, scary, to be honest. It's a little scary because, I'm sure both of these teams are going to be fighting it out in this last match, just duking it out like nonstop, trying to be aggressive, trying to get those placements, because they don't want to be down at the bottom. They want to be in these top 3 spots.
And another thing for this top 3 is if you're Ackworth or if you're Austin, what are you doing? Do you want to punch it for this first place? Because the thing about it is, if you're aggressive, you risk losing your current spot. So it's something to think about. It's like, hey guys, we want first here, but we have to make sure that we get the placement for it as well. So you're trying to decide whether you want to go aggro or you're trying to just lay back and play low. You know, this is kind of a scary moment for these teams here.
I think if I'm Austin or if I'm Ackworth, I think I want to stay aggressive. I think this is the game where those eliminations are really gonna matter. Placement is still gonna matter, but those eliminations are really gonna be what bolsters your placement, right? If Austin wants to jump up to second place, then they're going to need to get those eliminations as well as that high placement. So you don't want to miss out on that. But you, like you were saying, it's also a high risk, high reward situation, right? If you're not risking, you're not potentially getting that placement. You're not potentially getting those elim scores. But if you are, you're risking your placement. You're risking that your team is going to go out early, or you're risking getting stuck in a really, really bad scenario where you're a one-person squad in that 3-person area. But here we are, squad dropping.
Here it is. This is our final match for the North American Finals, folks, for Fortnite. This is our final drop, and I'm super excited to be able to cast for it and everything. And man, I know the journey just began yesterday, but here we are and up and running as we start with Achilles' team running into Pumped Powers. As there's quite a bit of squads here actually.
Yeah, I'm wondering if we're going to see a lot more squads dropping together, right? Like a lot more aggressive drops out of these squads. We see Elvis already picking up something to shoot at the droppers. Mongo's taking a lot of damage already. Booba kind of trying to swerve a little bit to make sure he's avoiding the damage, but King Kyle heard those shots coming out from Achilles, so he's also going to try and get some damage out. Booba's going to take a lot of damage. He needs to be really careful, but he is going to get that miss grenade almost immediately, so that's going to be good for him. Going to use the bandages to kind of bolster that mist a little bit, so that's also pretty good. But Foxy JJ is already down?
Wow, and that's a big team here. They did get hit the res back up, but Mr. Strawberry also being knocked down. There's a lot of names, big names here. Sad Barracuda also being down. Like I said, this is final match, and it's I told you, there's gonna be a lot of weird stuff. The fact that we see Elvis just hop down, bang, 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 straight with the gun, man. It's aggro, really, really aggro. So the vibe is different here.
We see that Doji got core up, and then he immediately went across to get Briel, but when Foxy JJ was gonna push, Superstar's on the roof, he's gonna clear out Briel. Foxy JJ is still up, but he's looking for Doji. Right? He's going to try and push Foxy here, but Easy is going to get the cleanup on Doji. So that is going to wipe that squad.
Oh, man.
This is what we were talking about. These squads who are going to fight early, they're taking that high risk, high reward.
Yeah. And
but we're going to see so many. Where Scrib Aqua's going to go down to Mr. 6.
Mr. Aqua is going down indeed, and there is Golden as well, eliminated
and
out.
Lunan as well.
Yeah, and Lunan's Aqua, and that's two people down from that squad. There's a lot of people being eliminated already out of the final game. Of course, this is, like I said, this is punch it time. This is time to go. So you can see there's a lot of aggressiveness already coming in from such like it's been like 2 minutes, and we've already been seeing so many squads leave.
I mean, we're already down 3 squads.
Yeah.
Right. We just saw another squad go out. Mavin, down.
Down.
Okay.
Gone.
It's scary. We are in crunch time, right? This is where you make or break the game.
Yeah, and we see some fighting over here happening towards the left side of the map. It's on Mr. J-Bone and Good Vibes Pixel. One, this is this Austin Hydra's team that is playing for that first place here. So currently looking for a limbs, and you can see that they're aggroing. They are making sure, hey, we want to win this tournament. We're going after squads that we can. J-Bone right now stuck in a little bit. Only has only white heals and Diamond.
Shark just went down. Now Diamond and J-Bone are a little bit separated, but they're still trying to get this damage out. But J-Bone is not in the best spot. He is going to get knocked by Pixel, and One is going to come in to help clean that up, and Pixel and One are going to clear J-Bone, leaving Diamond on his own. This is Diamond's moment to try and get out, maybe try to regroup for the reboot, but I mean, at this point, this is a moment where you can either make the call to try and get a reboot, or you can make the call to try and play this out solo. It's still really early in the match, but sometimes trying to go back to get the reboot can put you in more danger than what it's worth.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you just have to go in as a solo, and we proved before that solos are able to win by themselves here as long as you know what you're doing. So here we have Bash. No, the Sprite. It's okay. It's gone, and obviously for some loot, we're going to get some loot out of this statue here. I don't think it's a sacrifice. I think it's just like a wait. There is a team nearby. Hold up. Oh, yeah, they're underneath here. Hang on.
I'm sure they just heard that sacrifice. And they are probably trying to keep an eye to make sure nobody gets caught out. But, I mean, this is one of those situations where you really have to be careful because we see Bash on the other side of this hill, and Ichigo is kind of down there a little bit. So, I mean, they're trying to regroup here, but they need to be really careful because we do know that squad is behind them.
Yeah. Running away, though. Ichigo Star. Just making sure. Mining some more. Got to get those mats, folks, as, again, we are only in Circle 1, Storm 1.
Ooh,
And relaxing Parker.
A little bit of trouble.
Uh-oh, Parker looking a little bit scared here. Trying to back up. 9 health, knocked down. And Condog, the winner from our previous one, gets the elimination. And they are playing for it themselves here to make sure that they are in first place as well.
Yeah, so we see Condog, we see Moochifer, we see Sage. They're all still up, they're all still running, they're all still gunning. And they look like they all had 1 elimination each, but we see Reaper and Squid are still up. Mr. Strawberry has been knocked, so it looks like we might be in for a little bit of action up here. Oh, I see the Star Wars outfit.
I see a Star Wars outfit. Let's go.
Love that. I am
run.
so hyped to see that. But it's one of those things where you need to be really, really, really careful. I love Maul so much.
I love it.
This is not.
So many teams are dropping, and you can see the Red Rift is in the middle of this new circle here. So, going to try to get that legendary DMR. 2 teammates at Foxy Floodgate to try to get there. But here at Flooded Frogs, Aguatavius down and eliminated here. Ollie Boy in an interesting situation. Oh. This is a really bad position to be in. You are in the storm, and there's people all around you. You're down a teammate as well, and you're taking quite a bit of storm damage. Goal and him are really, really trying to get out of here. And down here in the sewers, it's Malky. Malky looking up with the Vorisus and everything. Ollie now out of the storm, and they're looking. They see Malky and Kappa giving some suppressing fire, as I think they're trying to put some pressure. I think they know that they're low, so they're taking this on, even though it's a 2v3, man.
Yeah, I mean, this is really the match that's going to make or break the whole situation, right?
Yeah.
This is where teams need to be aggressive to get those elimination points early on, right?
Yeah.
This is where, you know, placements really, really matter, but you have to lock in. You have to make sure that you're where you need to be at all times. You have to make sure you have coverage behind you. As we see, Trixatello is moving, but he knows that people are all around him. Felix is firing shots into him. Pangs trying to stay as close as possible to Trixa, but they are on this island, and they're trying to get as much loot as possible before they have to leave. Felix taking on some damage, maybe here a little bit. They have to be very, very careful. They're going to pick up these mats. They're going to try and get angles on people, but they are getting aggressively pushed. Trixatello right outside.
There's a bot in here.
There's an NPC inside the box with them.
They're getting rid of him. They're getting rid of the NPC.
They're fighting. We see Radical, we see Corrosion, we see Henry, and they all have eyes on Pixel, One, and Magic. But Magic is up top. He has the positioning power.
This
right?
is indeed the Hydra's team, and of course they need to play for this elimination here. But I think maybe something about Shay is looking a little scary. So they were kind of posting up here, and there is a lot of gunfight. There's a team literally right below them. So Cartier right now with the Catwoman skin sees there's a lot of fighting happening over here. So they're from above looking over here down on One and Magic and Pixel.
Mr. Six needs to be really, really careful here.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
I mean, in an interesting position as well. But, the third party may be coming in here as One and Mr. Radical squad is not going to be expecting Speedifer. They're waiting for the rotation to come out of Storm. So this is indeed a play. They're looking for the eliminations, and there they are. And they see they're spotted with the Bruno Mars skin, and shots are fired, stuck in the storm. Magic, you need to start running out, and they see One as well. They're giving some fire, but no success at all. And they realized, okay, we may have angered we may have kicked the bear. We poked the bear. Time to run away, I think.
No, this is an intense moment because there are teams on either side. So One, Pixel, and Magic, they have to get out of this storm soon, right? They don't want to be in the storm for too long because they don't want to chance that storm sickness. And then, but they don't really have the option to because Mr. Six's team is just following them. They are watching. They are keeping an eye on that. They're monitoring it. But we do just see Reaper go down, leaving Squid on his own.
Oh, no.
Right? Sleuth getting that clear on Reaper. But it looks like Beetle may have just dropped himself to fall damage.
Oh, no.
Which is very unfortunate timing for him. But Minnow, Sleuth, Trevor, they are still up. They're still full squatting this whole thing. We see Straticus, Kirk, Doom, Lemon still up. Squid's kind of in a scary spot, right? He's got 2 teams around him. Sleuth is pushing up. If he fires this shot... Squid.
Run,
that
Squid.
Was dangerous.
Run,
Squid, run.
Our Star Wars skin, no, run with the sprites, trying to get out as fast as possible by himself, too, as well. The solo trying to carry the team, needs to get out of there. Squid, no. last man remaining. 39 health, still run, and gets away and into the Utopia he goes. And
that was a very, very dangerous play. For
that's
honestly
super scary.
If I were him, I probably would have just tried to let them walk by the bush, but firing at one of them when you know the other two are probably pretty close, I probably wouldn't have done that. But Gino's going to take a lot of damage from Casket here. Dunson also taking some damage from the rest of the team, but he's not going to go down. They are keeping an eye on that. They're trying to get the damage out, but they aren't quite hitting those shots. But it looks like Casket's trying to get a little bit, maybe kind of making the call out to not really push too aggressively, but maybe try and get some angles down. Dunson is by himself.
By himself, Mr. Dunson in Demon's Domain. A lot of NPCs around here, and he has quite a lot of health, like a lot of healing items, a lot of pots. So I mean, he's set, but we need more people in that game. So maybe he's trying to res his teammates. Star here though with the Princess squad and that surfboard, and sees quite a bit of people. And this is one of the aspects of Fortnite. You can use that third person to see other people behind cover, but understands that the storm is indeed coming in as Sparkly Princess gets the Sprite, needs to use it for the dash, and needs to get out of this storm before the storm sickness comes in. Sparkly Princess #1, of course, with the Christmas skins. It's never too late for Christmas.
It's never too late for Christmas.
Never too late.
But I think you mean too early.
Too early. Too early. It's never too early for Christmas.
But no, I mean, we see Melky go down. Ivori and Kappa still up. Ivori may not be up for much longer as 3 people are shoving into him aggressively, maybe even 4. Ivori is going to go down at the hands of Drizzen, but Kappa is trying to keep himself safe, but it may not be worth it. Trixie going to take some damage from Kappa, but Kappa is ultimately going to go down at the hands of Xeno as the entire squad pulled up to that one.
Yeah, and that is Melky's squad and Kappa gone from this final game. So that was the last that we see from them, and out of the tournament they go as we see Drizzon and Xenokame here healing up with those chug jugs and those mats, everything that they need for themselves.
Yeah, it looks like up here in Floodgate we got a lot of damage still coming out from Mr. Six. Mr. Six at the top of that hill, right? Sitting on that zip, so they're not going to push up that zip. But they are going to kind of rotate off a little bit here, see if they can't get some, some stragglers maybe. But they are going to still be picking up that mat, because right now you see wood very low on Mr. Six, but he still had a lot of bricks still like in his inventory, so it's not too scary. His backpack is pretty loaded as far as the other mats go. But we can see here this squad sitting at 4 eliminations. Foxy JJ squad sitting at 3. So these teams, these squads, pushing the aggression of like fast. But Mr. Six pushing Foxy JJ squad, but you see these pros just leaving.
They're gone, yeah, and they do not want to get any of that smoke, and they are indeed building it back up. The rotation is indeed out. They need to get to the circle, but they are, of course, in between a rock and a hard place because Cartier and Speedsford, they are running in. Mr. Six is aggressing quite well. He really wants these eliminations, so building on towards this top side of the hill, Foxy JJ trying to hide behind it, and of course the shots are in and the builds are up, but maybe a little bit too late. Using a crow, trying to get out Superstar, dashing away. The movement is all, of course, different, but still, you need a run. You need done easy. Oh, no. Down you go, and they know that this is down. They know it's a 2v3 situation, so they might be pushing up.
Mr. Six is going to be shoving up here with speed because they don't want Superstar to get out, right? They want to try and clear this team. Superstar has no shields left, very little HP. And at the end of the day, speed is going to be just a little too speedy for Superstar to get out of that. So, I mean, Mr. Six is going to get the final clear onto Superstar, but that's it, right? They're cleared. That squad is out.
And here we still have our solo, our one lone man, trying to get in and up and running with some teams as they are getting themselves through back to the rotation towards that circle. And of course, a lot of damage coming in from quite a bit of squads as Uncle Tavius here and Ollie Boy. I think they're rotating on that railroad track. Yep, you can see the train coming by here. And go time? Nope, no time. There it is. There goes away and getting that shield. Of course, still, you can never have enough loot. You need more. You always need more loot. So running back into that circle, you can see quite a bit of squads are actually trying to rotate through here. And yeah, we got Golden Ollie Boys squad here.
Yeah, I mean, we see Ollie Otter TV squad pushing up here a lot, but they're trying to keep an eye on Ollie Boys squad. They don't want to be the team that gets knocked here.
Yeah, don't want to be knocked.
We see, I think Ollie just spotted somebody over in that boathouse as well. You really got to be careful. We're only in Storm 4, but we're already down to 20 teams. I think last match we had, at this point, 26 squads left.
Yeah.
And we're going to see Frosty fall to fall damage.
Fall to fall damage, and a Condog. No, our goat Condog. Here he is. He is indeed a little bit low. Needs to back out. And I wish we could see his health. Still needs to heal up fully, and I think he knows that the squad is here. Our previous winners, of course, but looking to get out of it and up and running. I don't think they know that he's down here. Is Xeno commenting?
I don't know if they realize. I think Xeno may have just been pushing pretty aggressively to try and get the squad rotated back into the circle. You don't want to lose out on that. Minnow, Trevor, Sleuth, they are being looked at right now, being watched really closely, and they are going to fire shots out as Trevor's going to build to try and keep himself safe. But this is the whole squad for Xeno Kame coming over and pushing this super aggressively. Minnow and Trevor might be in a little bit of trouble here as Trevor is trying to build as fast as he can, but it may not be enough as the entire squad is pushing forward. We see this rotation trying to get above to try and get some pressure on them from a different angle to try and get their team a moment of distraction to be able to push from a different angle.
Trying to push in from a different angle. As you see, players are still falling down, trying to get on top of this hillside here. But of course, there may be a squad up here themselves, and needing to back up. You need this high ground, and the storm is gonna. The circle is all around the snowy biome, so it may be just in time for the Christmas skins to be starting. You know, getting some good seasonal theme here as Corrosion and Henry Fishy looking at Canyon Crossing needs to be following along with that storm, and they know One and them are here, but looking for something or anything to get through, getting good heals in, and of course trying to get out of this Canyon Crossing. Still a lot of squads, and I think if I'm a squad here, I want to be on this high ground. Like, look how much you can see.
And this is not that's a risky play from Pangs to be flying the way that he did, you know, using that glider to try and get across, but not quite getting across completely damage-free, right?
Right.
And here we see Jimmy, Tiger, and Parasizzles trying to get the rotation, but they are a little bit in the open, so they need to be really careful about where they're placing their builds. Tiger gonna take some shots, gonna take some damage out really, really quickly. Ichigo, Tatum, Bash, keeping this high ground, trying to keep these angles going. You gotta be really, really careful, right? We're still at 20 squads, so no new squads have been wiped just yet.
Not just yet, indeed, as right now you can see quite 20 squads remaining here towards this ending final circle. We got 6 circles still here left, and this is the part where the circle is starting to become part of the storm. You can see Sage of 6 Pass here, of course, hiding, but down a teammate, and you've lost quite a bit of teams. And we've already seen weird things since it is indeed our final game, like I said, and a lot of weird players are starting to get real weird. And you know, Squiddy going down, Gulgan down, Kirk Doom eliminated, Straticus by himself, Lemons down.
Alone. We still have a full squad on Blinksy's side. Pangs, Trixatello. This is a squad that's going to keep trying to push the boundary, right? They're going to be aggressive, but they're also going to know when to play safe. We see down here, Jack Attack, Ollie, Beetle, still alive, still pushing, but they know that there's a squad up there. They know that they need to be careful. They can see the active building happening.
The rotation.
So they have to get this rotation down, but they don't have a lot of cover working for them. So they're going to have to build as they go, but they also have to be really careful because Blinky, Trixatello, they all have that angle on them.
Uh-oh, indeed. You need to start running out, and Void Blinky trying to get the rotation in with the sprites, with his team. Trixatello and them are starting to run out on top of this mountainside. You are going to start losing this high ground, but you can see another one, the statue over there. There's plenty of teams over here trying to gauge this high ground, but if I'm a team, maybe you don't want this high ground because you know everyone's going to be fighting for it. Maybe you want to be down by the river here, and Bash, of course, playing in their box here on the side of the mountain, you know, a little mountain house here towards the side and getting shots through, trying to get eliminations. But of course, you got to be careful with that storm surge. You need to make sure that you have enough damage for that threshold.
Absolutely. We can see here, Condog's on his own. There's a squad above him. That's really scary. There's a squad above him. There's a squad to his left. We see the Jimmy's team. We see Beetle's squad. We see Star with both of Star's squad mates are still up.
Sparkly Princesses. Gotta love the Beetle here. Of course, inside the mountain here on the side. And you can see quite a bit of... And the storm is going to be shrinking in 47 seconds here. Ollie, they say get in, get in. They get in, and they are indeed hiding. And of course, we see some of these bigger names starting to lose themselves into the storm. And you can see the surfboard. Condog is just flying out. He's doing what he did that last game and just flying out, just getting the next rotation in. McFraw. Oh no, McSmall Fries fall damage. Ah.
That's an unfortunate situation. But, I mean, we see there are still so many full squads. I mean, again, this is something we noticed last match, right?
Yeah.
We saw that these squads are kind of trying to stay together. They're trying to minimize, you know, stragglers' losses throughout the match so that when they get to this end game, they still have full squad advantage.
Yeah. Full squad advantage gives you quite high priority in winning a game, because the more you have to fight with, you have more resources, you have more heals, you have more builds for your entire team to be playing with here. As Sleuth right now taking a little bit of fire as they are trying to rotate over. They're trying to build a bridge across this mountain, but they're going to be stopped by Good Vibes. So, of course, this is this Austin's teams that is playing quite well. They are playing for the win here. Of course, 16 squads remaining as they are trying to get in through. The edits are coming in fast, and what a weird final circle that we kind of have here with the environment. Trevor loves taking quite a bit of damage, and of course the Crows to rotate all on out, going to the Shogun's Solitude, as we may be coming down to a Shogun showdown here.
Oh, and One needs to be really careful because he just aggressively ran up toward another squad, making a lot of noise and getting these builds up. Now Pixel has joined him. Magic, One, Pixel all back together, but Zoro, Fetch, and Squigs, they are up there. They're looking. There are so many squads still sitting over here trying to get as much information as they can before they start firing these shots off. Drizzen gonna get a shot on Fetch. Drizzen watching that entire team, honestly. Drizzen was keeping an eye on all of them.
Yeah.
But Drizzen keeping an eye on Zoro. He saw him rotate over. Squigs he's got to be careful. He's down 50 shield. He is getting that little bit of recovery going. But, I mean, Fetch, no shields. Zoro, low shields. Fetch is, I mean, trying his best to get these shields back, but he only has the small pots.
And the rotation is so far leftwards of the map that look how many squads that we have lacking on that rotation. They need to start getting to this new circle very, very soon. As you can see, Drizzon here, again, this high ground is looking above all the teammates here. They can just simply back up and get to that next circle. There's so many squads here still remaining, and the movement is starting to become key here. The capes, the sprites, they are so important that you need to make sure, because the Crow gives you basically, you can't be shot at, essentially, when you're flying around like this. So you can see so many squads are starting to fly over towards that center circle, and Cartier trying to out-heal this storm damage, but I don't know. There is the movement. Get the sprite. Run, Cartier, and no, knocked down. And Speedifer knows that he needs to maybe res his teammate here.
I don't know if he's going to be able to. We see Mr. Six is still up. Speed is still up. They have a little bit of momentum here, but they can see the team squad is pushing up to them really quickly, but he is going to try and get some shots on Foxy JJ. Superstar and Easy not too far behind, so they're gonna have the power in numbers, right? Because it's a 2-person squad versus a 3-person squad, but we see motion coming up above. So Foxy, hearing the noise above, is going to try and get these shots on Gino, but there's so much happening, right? We see Princess, we see Pangs at the top, we see Minnow holding the angle here with Sleuth, watching for Squigs, Pixel wrapping around, Star trying to push up, Tiger and Paris and Sizzle's down here, Zoro just fell.
Oh no.
Right, Zoro's at the edge. He didn't take too much fall damage, but he is at the edge. He's not in a good spot. He's so far down at the edge of this mountain that he needs to be able to rotate up fast. Squigs taking a lot of damage here. Star, Minnow, Sage of Pass, they're all kind of conglomerated together, and it's really, really scary. There are so few full squads left that these full squads may have the numbers advantage.
And look at where the next rotation is, man. It's above this mountain. So you need to climb this mountain. If you are down below, you need to get that rotation. You need to make sure you have mats, something to get you back on that high ground. And the Storm Surge is, of course, becoming in. You can see that the rotation has come back. A lot of these teams want to take this high ground and try to start moving along with it. As you can see, the final circle right now, Jack Attack, Fox JJ still trying to move up. And you can see One and Magic Sucks flying right on over. And you can see the rotation. Zoro, I don't know if you can get there, and eliminated. There goes Zoro to that. Unfortunately, that storm damage, and Magic Sucks here. Of course, this right here is that Austin Hydra's team that is firing away at Trixatello, and there is nothing left, only metal between you and a bullet, trying to build lower and lower, and we went to focus mode. There it is, trying to get back on out. Of course, 15 squads remaining, and this is starting to become chaos. This is where the map starts to disappear, and we only have some builds left remaining. There is a lot of eliminations coming in through. The next rotation is coming in 7 seconds here. Damage threshold here. Storm Surge is important.
And I mean, this is where we're going to see a lot of these teams running out of building mats, right? This is where you have to kind of make those calls. Are we going to have one person constantly building so that we can kind of swap out who's building so we can save as many mats as possible? Because we're going to see Tatum go down. We're going to see Squigs go down. We're going to ultimately see Jack Attack go down, Bash go down. People are taking Storm Surge damage because they're not able to get this damage threshold up to where it needs to be. Superstar might be in a little bit of trouble here. She's staying underneath, but Foxy JJ, Easy. They're all trying to kind of keep momentum. One sitting right there with both Sparkly Princesses and Star. They all are trying to get to the top of this mountain to try and stay in this circle. But again, if you run out of mats, you're kind of out of luck.
Kind of out of luck indeed. 12 teams left remaining, 25 people left in this here. Drizzon hiding on that top ground here. Sizzles now by himself trying to get through and up and running. Pengs trying you're just spamming builds at this point, but you are running out of materials. You need to start aggressing on these teams, and Void Blinksy might be getting eliminated. This Crow can't be uncaged. You're in this corner. You're taking so much damage, of course. With the Mythic DMR, you are now down and out, and that's going to be loot for the ground, for the taking especially, as Void Blinksy now trying to slowly but surely find himself up and running. Of course, the Storm is moving back by himself. It is Superstar, and you can see so many people are coming in. 9 squads remaining. There is nothing but eliminations across the board. The kill feed is up on all red.
Mr. Six is going to go down. We're going to see Easy go down. One, Magic, and Pixel are still all up, all together. They are trying to get as much mats as possible, but this is also where you need to make sure you're not overusing your healing.
Yeah.
You need to make sure you have at least one med kit for when this storm closes in completely, because if you are in a heal out, you don't want to be the one person with no health items. You have 7 squads left, 12 players left. This is where it comes down to the wire. This is where you need to make sure that your team either has positioning advantage or you have the healing advantage.
One
is going to take a lot of shots from Blinksy, but he is going to turn it on Blinksy. He is going to ultimately get knocked. Vaxify and Clark, you see here pushing this in. We have to see. Magic is going to break that wall.
The Crow rotation.
Try and kind of rebuild that there, but Clark is very, very close. Pixel trying to get a good angle, but that is a wall that Crow is not going to be able to get through. Vaxify watching out for Clark. He is going to try and get some damage on him. Pixel is going to go down. Vaxify is trying to push it out here, but Vaxify is going to clear out Pixel completely. That's going to leave only Magic up. Magic needs to be really, really careful. Pang's getting himself trapped a little bit in this box. He's going to have to break this wall.
The
he
damage,
doesn't have any
it's
healing.
Too much the med. Wait, he gets a med pick. He's getting it, and he doesn't get it, and it's not enough. The Storm eliminates him. 3 teams left remaining here as you are trying to get a Drizzon. Tries to drop down. That's an elimination on Drizzon, and we only have 4 people left remaining. There are 3 squads still here. They may be a solo, and a duo left remaining. And you can see Trixie trying to get fall damage down, but not enough. And I think he's going to fly away to heal. Wait, is this the play that you need to do? You have 4 med kits. Trixie, are you going to be able to do it? 50.
Trixie has positioned themselves so far away from the other 2 teams. They have forced the other 2 teams to be in a position where they either have to fight each other. Trixie still has
Magic!
Get out here. Magic is going to go down at the hands of Trixie. Trixie is going to be the last person standing on their squad,
1v1.
but there is one more person left. This is going to be a heal off. There is not enough time necessarily to take this fight, but Clark is very, very low right now. He's going to use that Chug Jug
and has 2 med kits.
Those med kits need to be enough to keep him standing, but Clark is ultimately going to go down to the Storm, and that is going to leave Trixie as our Victory Royale squad member. And I mean, again, this is just what it comes down to. When you're in those heal-offs, you have to have the timing down to the millisecond. In so many of these situations, you don't want to be caught in that storm with nothing left. You know what I mean? You don't want to be caught as the last person.
And what a game indeed. That was our last Fortnite match of the day, folks. And that is it for Fortnite. So after this, we will find a winner. We do know who our winner is, but right now we're calculating those scores right now. Again, just because Trixie and their squad won the last game doesn't mean they won the whole tournament. So we are still calculating points, and we're still wondering who has won everything, who has taken it home. And of course, our 2nd place and our 3rd place, we will get that leaderboard up and running soon. But you can see the venue right now, all the Fortnite players, you see a little bit more lax on them now because the games are indeed over. It was stressful, of course, and I could imagine, you know, the final game. And of course, I said it was really weird to see how aggressive these players are going to be getting towards this last game. So as people are leaving this Full Sail venue, coming over here to the Orlando Full Sail Health Fortress and maybe getting some milk, hopefully.
Yeah, make sure you're stopping at that tent to make sure you're kind of refueling yourself with that milk. Remember, white tent, refrigerated milk, very cold, very refreshing. But I mean, yeah, we're going to have all the Fortnite players coming over from live venue straight over here to the Orlando Health Fortress. And I mean, what an intense last match, right? We kind of saw what we predicted. There was a lot of aggression. A lot of those players were like, we need to get these eliminations. We need to get our score higher. We need to just kind of boost ourselves up. Those people that weren't quite up on that leaderboard, they were trying to get there. The people who were on the leaderboard, they were trying to get that top place. But I mean, at the end of the day, all of these players are incredible. All these players are intense, and we really saw them all come to fruition in that last match. We saw so much action, and that's really what you like to see.
Yeah, and even if you don't think you performed that well this weekend, consider the fact that again, top 32 squads in NA coming here to play. So you are up top amongst the youth. So please be proud of yourself. Don't be sad. Don't be upset about it. Be happy that you were able to make it here to this amazing venue, to the amazing land. You know, there's so many things that you have to be proud about, you know, and be happy. So we will see who our winner is for this tournament.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is just one of those things where it's, you know, you want to take first place, but the fact that you got here at all says mountains about who you are and the kind of player that you are and how incredibly talented you are. Every player here is so talented. The fact that they've made it this far,
yeah,
speaks volumes.
Speaking volumes indeed. But you know, the fact that we are playing here in beautiful Florida, let's talk a little bit about the campus. This is of course Full Sail University, a media school, I would say, and there's a lot of other things here, game arts, you know, game dev, and it's a fantastic place to be in. And of course the Fortress, what a really cool place. Of course, home of Armada. You know, go Armada fighting. I love Armada. You know, I'm part of Armada myself. And of course the HQ recently has been revamped, and it looks super sick. 45 PCs in there, and really cool. There's cool graphics up there, and the sign. It's amazing. It's a really cool space, and the caster desk. We get a place to cast. It's so cool. What a beautiful place.
Yeah, I mean, it's absolutely one of, I was honored to be able to go here myself. You know, I'm an alumni from Full Sail, so I have gotten the chance to both experience this space, the Fortress itself, but also I've gotten to experience every part of Full Sail, right?
Yeah.
HQ was finished right at the time I was graduating, so I got to experience that too. But like, let's take a look at, you know,
the milk tent.
What we're seeing. I mean, there's the milk tent, right? We've got people coming over from the live venue. You can see that really beautiful framework for the Fortress, you know, sign. It's really great. But we see this bridge. The bridge is beautiful. I mean, let's just look at the scenery, right? Look at that foliage, amazing.
Yeah, and you know, I'm a film student, and we get to use a lot of this stuff. You know, we get to use these forests here in the back lot that Full Sail has, and we're able to film things there, and you know, make zombie movies, whatever it may be in the wilderness. And you can see all the players, of course, walking amongst them, walking down to find out who is the winner. The results are, of course, important, so players are anxious. They are walking over to find out the results, and you see some of these really cool jerseys, by the way, this year. Fantastic job. To like, big shout out to them. And look at that. Cheers in the crowd. Cheers to all of them. Hello out there, and they're cheering, of course. And
we're seeing all these people kind of filing out from the live venue over to the Fortress, and here soon we're going to be full up, right? We're going to have a lot of people in here soon, and it's so exciting to see so many players and family members and coaches, and I mean, you know, the league leaders as well. Everybody's here to support these kids, and it's just beautiful to see. It really is. And for us to be able to have this here on a campus where so much esports action happens on a regular basis, it's so, I hope it's exciting for these kids, right? I'm sure it is. They all seem so excited to be here. They all seem so happy to be able to compete at such a high level. And I mean, look at that.
Look at the dad jersey.
Look, Sage of Six Pass, mom and dad. Look at that.
And Sage was a big name. We had a lot of big names in that last game, and kind of quite a bit of them left out early, eliminated out. You know, I'm thinking of like Barracuda. I'm thinking of like Strawberry. You know, there's so many names that left out early that we had been talking about the entire weekend. And of course, Game 6 it's a lot of weird things that'll be happening out there. So, you know, you find yourself, you know, it's unexpected. It's Game 6. Let's see. Let's find out how loud this place can get.
Because, but I mean, also, you know, don't forget there are also, you know, if you're full up on milk, you still have also food trucks out there with a bunch of different variety. The juice truck is here. But I mean, also make sure that as you're coming over here, you're making sure to stop at the peripheral booth, because you want to make sure you're checking out those PCs.
Of course, those PCs, those 96 PCs that have been supplied to us to make sure that Fortnite, Apex Legends, all these games are going to be able to run smoothly, and we appreciate them for supplying it. It's amazing. Go check out their booth. They got some cool PCs on display. They got a little cool card that you can scan to see what their prices are looking like on their website. A big shout out to Peripheral for helping us out set up this event, because without them and Dairy Farms, we couldn't be here. So yeah, yes, they're coming over, and of course, you know, don't be shy. You know, give a wave. Hopefully, y'all found Speedy. I don't know if anybody found Speedy. We have to ask. Again, orange shirt. You can't miss big man.
Make sure you find Scooby out there.
Oh, not Speedy, Scooby. Ooh, Scooby. Find Scooby. Not Speedy. And
but I mean, yeah,
the flag.
I know all these players are super excited. What is that? The Horde flag?
Look at that flag. Let me see that flag. You didn't hear me? I wanted to see that flag. We got a lot of people funneling in. Gotta love
Waiting
it.
to see the mascots. Where are the mascots at?
Where are the? Yeah, I need that Yeti.
They'll be
Where did
here
that
soon,
Yeti go?
I'm sure. We've got the Yeti. We've got
the Yeti.
you know,
A lot of
the
people.
gnomes. I'm super excited.
I'm super excited, hopefully, to see the gnomes as well. Yeah, a lot of people funneling. I love. look at the support for esports,
So much
man.
love for these kids,
Look at
man.
how many people there are, and this is of course Fortnite. Like you think about how many players we had in there, 96 like kids, and that
Yeah, a
means
fraction of all those people
yeah,
were in there.
that means that there's 96 kids, and then their parents, so they're +2. That's
Plus
a
their
lot.
coaches.
Plus their
and
coaches
any siblings that were here.
and the siblings and the owners. There's so many people, and then the owners' wives or husbands, and then all coming down. Look how many people we had, and a lot of waves coming down. Is she tossing out candy? I want candy. Hang on.
And I mean, of course, like make sure we're kind of using the center seating a lot because that's where you're gonna get the best view of the trophies, right? That's where you can get the best view of when the players come up and accept their rewards. So make sure we're filling in these gray seats because they are there for the best view in the house.
Absolutely, you know, best view in the house. You get to see the gameplay up there towards the top left and top right. Hello, hi, I see you. I'm waving. Hello. Are you Boova, right? Hi, Boova. Thumbs up to Boova. And you can see
Boovas did great.
Look at all of
And,
them.
you know, we've got penguins over there too. I
Penguins,
see
of
that.
course. Gotta
Let's
love
see.
it.
We got Mongoose over here. He's very excited.
Mongoose
I saw
is
that.
hyped. Yeah, Mongoose is super hyped. We still got more people. Look, there's still more people
There are
funneling
so
us.
many people
There's
coming over
so
from the live
many
venue. This isn't even everyone
Yeah,
yet.
this is not even everyone, and look at the seating, man. It's fantastic. Folks, make sure that you scoot on over and get friendly with your name. We still got a lot of people coming in, so we need to make sure that we have room for people, you know? So just make sure that we have room, because there's still a lot of people funneling in. And hopefully they got Alex with the juice truck out there. They got some food with some, you know, with the food trucks out there and everything, and get some milk, of course.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm just curious, how many coaches do we have in here right now?
How many coaches? Raise your hand if you're a coach. We got 1, 2, yeah, I see a couple a little bit. We got a couple coaches in here. And
What about the parents? How many parents do we have in here right
Can I get
now?
a cheer for the
Let's make some
parents?
noise, parents.
Yeah, look at
I mean,
those.
That's what I'm talking
Yeah.
about.
How many siblings? Siblings? Wow.
There we go.
There we go. We got siblings. We got
See,
siblings.
I'm scared to ask about the players.
Yeah, I know.
They're probably gonna be the loudest.
They're gonna erupt the place. We're gonna hear the player. We're gonna ask for the players, and they're gonna, you know, it's
So
gonna roar.
how many players do we actively have in here right now? Make some noise,
Absolute gamer. We got an absolute gamer there.
Oh, let's see. I mean, show me your jerseys. Let me see how many I can find.
Kyle Gamer. We got Achilles.
There is Achilles.
There
Let's
is
go.
Achilles.
There's Elvis and Kyle.
There's Elvis and Kyle. Yeah, look at all these players.
I see Barracuda.
Barracuda. Yeah, I did
found
see
a Barracuda.
There is a Barracuda there. And look at that! Look at that flag, man! Look at the Horde flag as well.
Yeah, that Horde flag is
That's
intense.
sick. That's so awesome.
Love that design. Wave that around.
Wave that around. Yeah, wave that flag around. Hang on. Go Horde. Yeah, look at that. How many people are there for Horde? Yeah. Look at the Horde, man. That's awesome. Super, super sick stuff.
Let's go Hydra. So we got a little
We got
sign
Hydras
over here.
Yeah.
Look at
Look
that.
at Hydras. Let's go Hydra sign as well.
Okay,
we got
Hazel Days and
Shark's
Shark's
Mom. That's Shark's Mom right there. Gotta love it. There's some, like, I love.
And
the
I'm seeing a
logos.
lot. I'm seeing a lot of Hydra. signs.
There's a lot of Hydra support. How many Hydra support? We got Hydra support. Yeah.
I see the dragon sign over there.
Dragons, we see you. I love the little sign.
Let's
yeah, I love
go.
that. Love that from the little man right there.
Dude, I love seeing so much support for all of these teams.
Absolutely. And folks, the jib is, by the way, moving around. Say hi to the jib. Wave to it if you see yourself on camera up there. By the way, the jib is indeed moving around. It's super, super sick. Love it. Love all the cool things that are happening around here. And a lot of players coming in and inside, and we are going to be announcing our winners here soon. And this venue is about to light up, man.
Okay. I have a quick test for the crowd. All right. On the count of 3, everybody yell out the team you're most excited was competing today. All right. So 1, 2, 3.
Ooh. So it's a little jumble of them.
I don't
know. A lot of teams.
I don't know. I feel like we could have done better.
Could have done a little better. a little better.
I mean, listen, I know we've had a lot of Fortnite matches.
It's been a long
We've been here
game
for a
before, right?
while, so I'm not too stressed about making sure everybody's loud. It's
Yeah.
okay. There's plenty of time for that. We still got a ton more stuff to do
We still
today.
got a lot of games left here, and this is just Fortnite Apex as well. We still got a lot of things to go up and running. Do I see a costume? What is that?
I think it was a Donkey Kong
That's
hat.
a Donkey Kong hat? Is that a Donkey Kong? That is hey, Donkey Kong! He's waving. Gotta love it.
Yeah.
Gotta love it. But hey, you know what? That last game.
That last game was intense. I mean, listen, I was on the edge of my seat for that last match.
Yeah.
I mean, it was scary.
the Shogun Showdown is what I would like to call it, because like
You know what? I'm coining that term.
yeah, I mean, it was just so many people here last in that mountainside. You can see the elevation, and one of the things that takes away from you is the mats. You're trying to build up. You're losing so many things and resources to build with, and then finally towards that end side, you know, you get eliminated, unfortunately. But of course, one team and makes the call to run out and heal once more, and it came off to a heal off once again. We got some more people falling. Gotta love it.
So really quickly, if I can just have anybody who's not on a team, if you could just go out to the white tent so we have all the teams in here.
Just the teams? Yeah.
Just really quickly.
Really quickly.
The top 3 teams? The top 3 teams.
Oh, top 3 teams. Okay. Copy.
Yeah, so we want only the teams in here. For all of the teams, if you're not actively on a team, if you could just head out to the white tent, that would be super helpful.
Yeah, we got a lot of, there's a lot of seats in here, but we also have a lot of players. So we need to make sure that all of our teams are in here to make sure that we understand. And of course, if they're the white tents have TVs, by the way, folks, for you to listen along.
Yeah, so nobody's going to miss out on anything. All the information will be shared on those TVs.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, if you're not actively on a team, if we could just have you head out to the white tent just outside, that'd be super helpful.
Of course, of course. And I mean, you know, it's really cool. Really cool to see. Because look how many parents we have as well, man. And look at all the teams as well. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Gotta love it indeed. Super cool. Super, super sick as well. And, you know, I think, obviously parents, if they want their pictures and everything, they will come back over, I'm sure. And we will make sure that we get good to the venue. Gotcha. And the video loads over there. Yeah, we have a video loaded over there, folks. Don't worry, it will be loaded over there as well. So do not worry, do not fear. You will see your children here. And yeah, you know, I like this guy. This guy's right.
And you'll have you'll see everything that's going on. We just want to make sure that we only have the teams in here for now.
Yeah, just the teams for now.
Just to make sure that nobody gets lost in the crowds.
Yeah, making sure that we see everybody. Of course, do not worry. There are TVs out there that can be loaded in the milk tents, you know. We're also up on the Jumbotron up there.
And you know, while you're out there in the tent, make sure you stop and grab some refreshing milk.
Grab some milk.
And of course, on the way, there are also all the food trucks, so make sure you're grabbing something snacky.
You know, like I said, Hydra. Oh my gosh, look at the Hydra sign. That sizzles in them. What's up, little dude? That's a Hydra. Go Hydra.
Go.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, and I mean, like, you gotta love it. Gotta love. Look how much support there is. And coaches, of course. Coaches, I think, make a highlight. You know, I think it's so fantastic for them to come out of their way, fly on out here, and of course, like. And coach your team. You know, you get to see your kids grow. You know, for me, it was heartfelt for my first snaps because I watched my kids go up there. Not my kids personally, but like, you know, my kids, you know, go up there, play some Fortnite. They were up on that stage, and man, they were just so happy to be there. You know, and the fact that, like, even if they didn't perform well or not, you know, they were fantastic. They just were so happy and everything, and I loved it. It's the pure joy from what this brings for people.
And you know, speaking on the performance of these kids, let's take a look at some of the replays from that last match.
Yeah, let's take a look at. We didn't even look. Yeah, the replays from the previous match. Let's take a looky at some of these real quick because, man, it was stressful. I was stressed, me personally.
I can't wait to see some of these fights were really intense early on. We had a lot of eliminations early. Like, look at this. I was just taking those shots early
right
on the Mongoose and Booba.
Yeah.
You know, he said, hey, I see you.
I see
you. You're not getting out of my sight. You can't run from me. But I mean, you know, ultimately they did, I guess, end up running. But, you know, Foxy trying to get out from Mr. Six. But Mr. Six made this aggressive push. Easy got out. Superstar took some damage, but Foxy, JJ, Superstar, and Easy, we see the flip side of this, right? Where they are all kind of clustered together. This is toward the last circle, right? This is where we saw a lot of that action start to take place because a lot of that chaos is still commencing here. So One, Magic, 5, like Pixel trying to get some damage out. They really did get some good damage out.
Oh, but caught out, of course. It was Blinky and caught him in there, but turns on him, but then eliminated to that storm. Of course, the heal off from Clark, not able to do it. And of course, our last player standing was that Trixie, man. Trixie, just last man standing, and at full health. At full health.
Trixie got themselves back up to full health. They were not playing around for that last match.
No.
They said, I'm taking Victory Royale. My team is getting these placement points.
Yep. And you know, you think about some of the PO, like you think about like how your POI is and where you're, and it could be that your POI is in the final circle, but it's funny because the circle shifts in a way that where you have to walk over there and then come back and then over, and it's left, right, and it's amazing to see how if you if you over rotated, then you know you're out of luck because you have to go back to where you were, and I think that's why sometimes saying a little bit center. That's why some teams kind of anchor down, and you know they're not gonna say, hey, let's don't go to the other side because we may need to rotate back. You never know where that final circle is, and that's why some of these teams are in the finals because that's when you understand it's a different level of understanding of the game.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Staying in the centermost of the circle is usually where the best spot to be is until you get to those really, really small circles. Because when you get to the really small circles, sometimes they just flip where they are.
Yeah.
So, but in the bigger circles, it's always more helpful to be kind of toward the center because then you can rotate either way.
Yeah.
So it's not going to take as much time for you to kind of get to where you need to be, right?
Whew, man, but still, even though that was our Game 6, I am sad. But this isn't going to be the last time you see us, folks. Do not worry. Again, we will be around. We'll be around you. We're walking around. And we will also be casting for other games later on today as there's still more grand finals. You know, Valorant, I'm super hyped about that. You know, Rocket League, I'll be casting that one. And, you know, there's a lot of still hype games left. And, you know, our next casters that are up here on the desk, they're fantastic. Reezy and John, they're about to do Apex and Apex, another battle royale. That's still, like, I don't know, Apex versus Fortnite, there's still nerve-wracking for me for both final circles and things like that. So that's,
oh yeah, no, I mean I'm excited we get to see both battle royales so early.
Yeah.
Because those are the games that tend to take the longest as far as keeping things going, right? But
of course.
I mean, it's so exciting to watch both of those games because you never know. You never know who's going to come out of it because it's not between like two teams, right? It's not between the top two teams from the semifinals, right? It's always going to be there's this cluster of squads that anybody can take that win.
Take that home. Yeah, take it home. Anybody could take it home. And I remember watching in the Fortnite event, or not the Fortnite, the Valorant venue last night. There was a hype game going on. I believe it was between Franklin and some other team, but it was super hype, man. So it's exciting to see that come on out, and you know, it's so hype to see the players get hyped and everything. So I'm excited. Valorant's hype, man. So a lot of these games are hype.
No, it's just one of those things where it's so great to see so much happening all at once, but still being able to kind of see what's happening all at once. You know what I mean?
Yep. I mean, I don't know. I'm just overwhelmed with emotion. For me personally, I love it. I love it.
Now, you know, I know we're all excited to hear kind of who's winning.
Oh.
But before we celebrate our winners, we'd like to recognize this year's Fortnite Coach of the Year.
Ooh, described by one of the players as the most encouraging coach they've ever had, this coach brings unmatched energy and care on his team. He creates a space where players feel accepted, motivated, and empowered, making him the embodiment of XP League's mission and values.
This coach was nominated by players, parents, and league leaders. Now, for your guys' entertainment, the 2025 Fortnite Coach of the Year is Coach Greg Bunch from XP League team Frisco Falcons. Greg, where are you? Come on up.
Come on up, Greg. Get over here. We need you. Over here to the desk. Yes. Come here, man. Come here.
Can we get a look at Greg?
And you can hear the cheer from the crowd. People love this man. Here he is. Welcome aboard. We got you a seat right over here.
I got you a seat right
come over
here.
there. We'll sit with you and everything. Come on over. Microphone here. We'll take a seat with you.
So, Greg, first and foremost, congratulations.
Thank you.
Sounds like you had a lot of people here that were very excited.
Yes. We have a great group here, great community, and so we have a lot of kids out here. So.
And you know,
how are you feeling?
I honestly didn't expect this. I mean, I know like the parents and stuff love us, but and the kids love us. So I just thought there would be some other coaches out there getting a lot of stuff. But yeah, I feel amazing. So.
And here it is right here, folks. This is the trophy for the Coach of the Year for 2025 of XP League. So there you go. Hold it proud. There it is. Coach of the Year, folks. That's Greg Bunch from the Frisco Falcons. So, of course, thank you so much. And thank you for being the embodiment of XP and elite sports in general. So we love you. Thank you so much, man.
Yeah, thank you. This has been an amazing event. Just shout out to all the owners and parents and the kids who've put this on and for Full Sail for just doing everything for us. So we're very grateful for it, and we look forward to paths ahead. So yeah, thank y'all.
Gotta love it, gotta love it. You're good to head on up. Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Oh, you can leave that mic. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Alrighty.
So congrats again to Coach Greg. We're almost ready for our Fortnite Awards ceremony, but first let's go to Jess to learn who our finalists are, in no particular order.
Hey, everybody. How you doing? Good? Happy? Excited? Yeah, come on, make some noise. Thank you. Makes it easier for me to do this when you guys are excited. So we are gonna ask our Fortnite finalists. I'm gonna name 3 teams. They're gonna head into the lobby. This is in no particular order. I am not giving away who's first, who's second, who's third. I'm just gonna name 3 teams, and you guys are gonna head out to the lobby so that we can get into our award ceremony, which will be super fun. So in no particular order, again, I wanna make sure I emphasize that. Austin Hydra Platinum. Ackworth Ghost 3. And Falls Church Dragons. If you could just head into the lobby, our stage managers will help you out from there. While we're waiting for them to get ready, we're just gonna check out a quick word from our sponsors. We'll be right back.
Classic. Alright, what do we got here? Oh, chat, this guy is cooked. Oh, pre-fire. Pop it open. Warming up those fingies. And now he's just not missing any shots? That can't be how that works.
Moving on. Oh, Obelisk. And chimps in VR helmets. And a legally differentiated enough version of Film Score.
Looking to join the exciting world of designing, developing, or creating art for games? Full Sail has fast and focused education options to prepare you with the skills you'll need in the real world. Work with a team to build a game from the ground up by studying game development. Take your animations to the next level when you learn about game art. Learn to design levels and prototype gameplay by exploring game design. Or join our Game Design Masters program, where you learn to specialize in the game discipline of your choice while you gain skills in UX, production, and design. Learn more at fullsail.edu.
Okay, I think we're almost ready to announce our winners. Are we so excited? Who do we think came in first? Can I get guesses, shouts, anything? You didn't walk out to the lobby. It can't be you. Well, I'm so excited. I'm joined here right now by Casey and Laura, who are XP League owners, and they've been so helpful in just making sure we're delivering a great show for you all. So yeah, give it up for them. They're gonna help me with the giving out of the awards. So we're so happy to have them here. Yeah, so we've got a ton of awesome stuff here, and we're gonna see who our winners are up on the screen here. So if you don't hear me for any reason, because it gets too loud in here, their names will be up on the back. But yeah, how fancy, how pretty. Anybody playing in any other games other than Fortnite? Like, I know, yeah, what else are you playing? Apex? Okay, cool, you're a Battle Royale guy. So you're gonna go right from here, back over to live to play more games, and then come back again and maybe come up on the stage, right? Because your team might win Apex? Okay, cool, I like that. Anybody else, anybody playing any other games? Yeah, what are you playing? Valorant? Okay, so end of the day, so you've gotta hang out all day, that's fun. What are you gonna do in between now and later? Yeah, eat? Okay, that's a good one. You gotta have some milk, man. That's the theme of the weekend, is to refuel with chocolate milk. And yeah, so we're gonna get into our top 3 in a minute. I'm just waiting for them to tell me in my ear who it is, because I don't even know who won. But I think we're all set, so let's get a little hype right now. And we're gonna bring out our 3rd place team. Are y'all ready to make some noise? All right, our 3rd place finalists in Fortnite at the 2025 XP League North American Finals is Falls Church Dragons. Oh, look at this team. They're going to come out right now. The smoke machines are going. Make some noise for the Falls Church Dragons. Come on, guys, get hype, get hype. Get to come up on the stage, get an award. Congratulations, y'all, GG. Yeah, if you want to do a little pose, take a little picture. Yeah, do you guys want to pose together, take a photo, team photo up on the stage with your medals? Awesome, great. Congrats, you guys. Okay, you can just go ahead and head off the stage for us here. Yeah, good game, good game. Thanks for playing. Yeah, well, that was fun. No, you guys can hop off the stage. Yeah, you can go take a seat, watch the rest of the show. Awesome. Okay, Laura, Casey, what are we on now? What comes after third place, I think? 10th? I think we're on second place, Casey. I'm hoping you're not a math teacher, no. All right, so our second place team, they're about to come through those doors. Let's make some noise. Second place in Fortnite at the 2025 XP League North American Finals. It's Austin Hydra Platinum. All right, there we go. Some pep in their step. Let's go, boys. All right, and my guy Takasu, a Full Sail grad, is a coach. Makes sense, makes sense. Congratulations, guys. GG. Did you want to take a little photo op? You want to stand together and take a photo with your team? Awesome. Make some noise, everybody. Give it up for them. Yeah. They played awesome. If I were playing in this tournament, I'd come in dead last, so they're better than me. Oh, and they won last year, so almost defended your title. Pretty close, guys. Good job, though. Still made it to the leaderboard. And now I know it's the moment we've all been waiting for, right? Who's first? I guess it's kind of spoiled, but it's still super exciting. So our first place team, our grand finalists in the XP League North American Finals for Fortnite, it is the Aqua Ghost 3. Make some noise, everybody. Here they are, your champs. All right. Feels good to be on top. Awesome, awesome. Great, congratulations. Have fun, just hang out on stage with me for a minute. We're gonna do a picture and we'll do a little interview. Make some noise, come on, first place. This is the energy I'm getting, let's go, that's right. All right, congratulations. Okay, so who wants to talk? Our captain, our coach? Who's my captain? You're the captain?
Yeah.
What's your name?
My name's Elijah.
Elijah, how was your gameplay today? You feel good?
Yeah, we played amazing today.
Awesome. What was your kind of thoughts going into the season? Did you guys think you were going to make it this far? How does it feel to kind of get to the end?
So I thought we were going to win, and we ended up winning. And our strategy was to just fight everyone and then just play out the end games.
Cool. Any notes for your fellow competitors on how maybe they can take this spot from you next year, or are you keeping that close to your chest?
We're going to win again next year, but you guys can try your best to beat us.
Okay, cool. Sounds like a challenge. I like it. Well, congratulations, guys. Thanks so much for playing. You guys playing any other games today, or this was it for you?
That's it.
Okay, awesome. Well, way to end on a high note. All right, y'all have a great time. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thank you so much. Give it up. Yeah. All right, y'all can head out. Thank you so much. Thank you, Laura. Thank you, Casey. We'll see them again later. Don't worry. They'll be back. All right, well, we just got to celebrate our Fortnite winners, but the Battle Royale party isn't over. Soon we'll drop into some Apex Legends. So I don't know if anybody's excited for Apex. I know somebody's got to get back over to the live venue to play some Apex. But now let's check out a little bit about our boy Scooby has been doing on campus today. Let's check out this video.
And welcome back to another interview, as today I'm going to be here with this wonderful group of people and ask them a couple questions just to deep dive into their brain as players. So first and foremost, I have to ask you guys, what is your guys' team name and why did you guys choose that team name?
We're the Overwatch Whales because we like to eat food.
Is that the only reason?
And because we're awkward.
Nice. No, and honestly, as a foodie myself, I totally understand, especially when it comes to Overwatch. I assume you guys want to devour the competition. And also, whales are cool. Whales, they're pretty cool. So now I have to ask this other question, because I know you guys did just come off a loss from your guys' last match, but I am genuinely curious from all you guys, what is the one thing that will help you guys kind of bounce back when you guys are moving forward within these games? I'm going to start off with you first, of course.
Probably we discuss what went down like in the last game and probably just communicate and work on our team skills.
Yeah, just discuss what we can do better and what went wrong.
We kind of just, we analyze everything that happened and went good, and we try and repeat what we did good and fix what we did wrong.
Yeah, absolutely discussing everything and making sure we reset our mental for the next game.
No, that I totally understand that point.
Yeah, we definitely get in our own heads a lot, and I think it's just important that we reset and like everything is winnable, but we just let ourselves get in our head and get quiet, so.
No, I totally understand that. And no, I completely agree about that. That's why I love esports so much. Anything really is winnable as you get out that, try to get out that other mentality and try to get more into a winner mentality. I totally get that, honestly. Now for my second, or I think it's my third question actually, but going on to my third question, I want to ask you guys, why do you guys play Overwatch competitively? I mean, on a surface level, Overwatch can just be kind of a beginner game for some people when it comes to 6v6. So what is the kind of the thing that gravitates to y'all towards a game such as Overwatch?
I would say because I like playing games by itself, so it's better to have a team with me, and if it's something I enjoy doing, then why not try competitively to do it?
It just feels more friendly and less competitive than Valorant or Fortnite.
I kind of like the complexity and the quick-paced environment that it gives out, and it's always like keeping your adrenaline going.
I like the diverse play style and how every role is different, so you have to adjust yourself depending on what you play.
I like how you have to work together as a team to like really get anything done, and we're all a big group of friends, and we have been since before we started playing Overwatch, so we have kind of an advantage in that area.
Nice. No, I get it. Having that team chemistry makes it just way simpler to be a successful team. Now, I ask this for all across the board, especially when it comes to 6v6. What is the most important role in your guys' opinion?
That's hard because each role has its own special like thing, but I would say probably like DPS and then support, because the DPS have to go in back lines and that stuff, and then support has to keep everybody up. So
I think tank, because they're the one that's calling all the shots and leading the team.
Definitely tank and support. The tanks are the ones that are like basically making our plays, and supports are making sure that everything goes right and that no one dies or anything.
Definitely tank and support, because tank, you're leading the charge with everything, and support, you have to keep everybody alive and manage yourself as well.
Yeah, definitely tank. I mean, you just have to take up a lot of space for your team, and also be able to come back and peel for your supports and your DPS.
And I'm more curious, were you guys here for when they started switching from 2 tanks to 1 tank?
No, I started playing when it was just 1 tank.
No, just one.
Just 1 tank.
Just 1 tank.
Yeah, 1.
I was there for 2 tanks.
And okay, so for the one person who was there for 2 tanks, I'm sorry to put you guys out there, but how do you feel is the biggest difference? Because you guys all basically said that tanks are one of the more vital positions. So how do you feel as from going to the 2 to the 1? Do you think that helped the tank, or do you think that kind of like lowered the tank's value?
I feel like it gave the tank more responsibilities and like more work that they need to get done for the team to succeed.
No, I completely agree. Well, that is all the questions that I have for today, and I thank you guys so much for being so cool and awesome for letting me guys interview you.
Thank you for wanting to.
Of course. We'll catch you guys in the next one.
everybody. I'm back. The venue's a little empty now, but I'm still here. Hi. Just so you know, you can come hang out here, watch gameplay. We'll have it going. Our casters are here in the venue, and we're about to get into some Apex Legends, but we can't play without our casters. So let's go over to the desk and meet them.
Hello everybody and welcome once again to the Armada Fortress. I am Reezy here and today I'm joined by my good friend John. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing absolutely fine, Reezy. Thank you so much for having me.
Today we got a lot of good games going on, and before we kick off our Apex Finals, let's check out what's coming up later today. I mean, you know, we saw Fortnite did just happen, and honestly those were some good games.
Those are some really exciting and very hectic games. We saw lots happening. People that were just piling up on top of each other, and you know, obviously these really big lobbies. But looking at what's up next, after Apex we'll head into Overwatch around 3 p.m.
And then, you know, around 5:30, we're gonna go touch some grass during the Rocket League Finals. I mean, we all love touching grass around here, but...
And finally, we'll close out the day with Valorant at 7 p.m.
You know, John, we both, you know, we've been around here this entire week. You know, we've been in the venue. We're here now.
Yeah.
You know, we were setting up a bit of the PCs and then also working a little bit up in the upstairs. I mean, besides that, how do you think XP League's been so far?
Oh, it's been phenomenal. You know, we opened doors on Friday. We had kids come in. They did the registration, and they were able to have that open play. And I think really during that open play, we were able to see a lot of what the kids were bringing to the table here, bring into Full Sail Campus. We saw a lot of really high-level gameplay, but I think I really only got the full scope of it once we started with our Fortnite matches yesterday.
Yeah, no, most definitely. I mean, you know, big shout out to Chubbs and Soda for doing an amazing performance, of course. You know, and also to the production room. I mean, whoever was observing those games definitely was probably the best observer Fortnite has ever seen, honestly.
And as far as other thank yous go, thank you to our sponsors, Florida Dairy Farmers. Thanks to Florida Dairy Farmers, the official refuel beverage of the XP League North American Finals.
And, you know, another special thanks to Perifio, you know, the official PC sponsor of the XBL League North American Finals. And I mean, you know, they're strong. They are really strong. I mean, we were setting them all up in a venue, you know, and honestly, they are really nice PCs.
Oh, dude, they were holding up. They look cute. They got that RGB, and especially just like the amount of processing power. You know, we were setting up 5 games at one time during all of setup this week, and those things handled them like beasts.
Yeah, I mean, you know, sometimes you got to consider the setup, and then obviously now, I mean, things are already going crazy. And you know, before we head over to the stage to meet our teams, we would just like to recognize just how fun this was. I mean, just, of course, we set this place up, you know, or we helped set this place up. So, of course, you know, we got to give a big shout out to everybody who also helped, you know, the production team, of course, and also Armada production crew. You know, we do things around here. We don't just play games. We don't talk. We get our hands dirty, right? Yeah.
Yeah, no, we were able to transform the campus from top to bottom to be able to receive so many awesome families here, the parents, the kids, even like grandparents that were able to come here and just be able to support their kids with this esports extracurricular. It's so awesome seeing people just hopping on board and this sort of like multidisciplinary thing that we're doing here at XP League. You know, you have kids that are playing Fortnite, that are also playing Apex, and you also have those Apex kids that are going into Overwatch. It's so cool to see because, you know, you usually only have the specific specialties in esports, typically.
Yeah, and I mean, it's also just a really beautiful thing, you know? I mean, these kids, they're out here with their families, you know, and they're playing games, you know, they're having fun. You know, so it always is something nice to see because, you know, you're only ever a kid once. You know, and the fact that, like, you know, these kids are able to come out here, you know, play these games with, like, their friends, their teammates, you know, and maybe even some of the enemies that they're friends with, you know, they come out here, play these games, and, you know, it's always a good time.
Oh, most definitely. I mean, we're definitely going to be up for some really, really intense Apex Legends matches. Right now in the venue, all the kids are logging in, they're getting ready, they're getting set up, and you know, we have 16 teams that are going to be dropping into this lobby today. 16 teams of 3, so you know, quick math, probably like 48, most likely. 48, yeah, there we go. That's the quick math. I was good at math in high school, but yeah, just look at that. Look at all that action. Look at all the kids are already back in there getting ready. And I'm really interested to see if there are any kids that are going to be switching from mouse and keyboard to controller, because Apex is actually very, very well known for being a controller-dominated game. But I think that's actually shaken up more recently.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely wouldn't be surprised. You know, I mean, these games that just let you play controller, you know, there's always that little bit of like, you know, aim assist, you know, that's always brought up into a bit of a debate. But I mean, the venue is just really looking packed. I mean, look at that. All these people here just having a good time. Look at Squid right there. I think we saw him playing Fortnite last game.
Yeah, right? And they did pretty decent. Yeah, he did pretty good. I mean, just look at all this happening in the venue, all these kids that are locked in, some of them even tilting forward. I think that kid over at the bottom left in particular is really locked in. He's ready for this. Are there maybe any sort of teams you think we should maybe watch out for in today's matches?
I don't remember the full name, but definitely I gotta say, I think it was a Phoenix.
Okay, Franklin Phoenix.
Yeah, I think that's a team, of course, you know, because I think that one's got Chubb.
Of course.
You know, I mean, we got to talk a little bit about Chubb. You know, I mean, I've been hearing a lot of stories about Chubb. You know, apparently he's the GOAT. And you know what? From what I've been hearing about it, I'm excited to see him play.
Yeah, no, I'm excited too. I was also able to see the EXO clan in here. You know, EXO clan actually a really big name in the Apex scene, and they were able to make it out. Players that are able to do a partnership with EXO clan, an actual well-known esports organization. We have a couple of heavy hitters in this lobby.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? That is definitely kind of what I like to hear. You know, I want these games to be fun. I want these games to be entertaining, and I want them to be hype. Mm-hmm. You know, because I mean, I love Apex Legends.
Of course.
You know, it is just, you know, it's that one game. And you know, back then around Armada, you know, me and Mavs. You know, shout out to my homie It's Mavs. You know, we always used to do Apex casts around here, and you know, it was always a good time. It was always so incredibly fun, and you know, I love doing it.
I mean, you guys used to cast for me. You know,
that's true.
We have collegiate esports and we have our collegiate leagues, and I really think that this is an awesome stepping stone for people to go from that, you know, elementary, high school level, playing games a little bit more casually, to going into more of a competitive environment. And I'm definitely seeing some competition here. These kids are absolutely phenomenal with the games that we were seeing yesterday. As far as the map selection goes, what are we doing today, Reezy?
I do believe yesterday I was World's Edge, I think twice, into Storm Point, if I'm not mistaken. And then we're going to start off with Storm Point, and I believe end with
Broken?
It slipped my mind.
It's Broken Moon. We're going to be ending with 2 maps of Broken Moon.
And I thought it was Broken Wagon. I don't know why. I don't know where the wagon came from, but...
Of course. So here we're going to be looking at the drop spots here. A lot of actually drop spots that weren't taken, surprisingly enough. Cedo Station and Cascade are 2 of those POIs that are central, that have a little bit of a really good rotation that actually weren't grabbed. So we're probably going to see some play styles, a little bit more of the edge side of zone, as we're seeing the teams from Zeus Station, Lightning Rod, Command Center, and Stormcatcher. They're probably going to want to make late rotates or try to fight. One thing I was actually noticing from yesterday's games is that people were actually inting face a little early on in the game, and so we were getting these end zones that were maybe less crowded than we would want to be. And obviously Apex isn't just about kills, it's also about placement. So we're going to see how these players are going to navigate that today on Storm Point.
Yeah, I mean, looking over at the Roughnecks Red, I mean, they're over by, well, what's the name of that place? I don't think I remember. Mills. Oh, that's Mills. I thought, I'm so out of it. But yeah, we got Roughnecks Red going over to Mills, and then Bean. You got Bean?
Yeah, we do have Bean. Bean actually used to be a really good POI, but it got nerfed some time ago. Used to have Recon Beacon, used to have Console Beacon, and I think he only has one of those things now. But I wanted to point some attention over to EXO Clan, who is also landing in Launchpad. Now, we're also going to be looking at Broken Moon. Another POI, Terraformer, that's central to the map that is not grabbed again. I think a lot of these teams are maybe wanting to avoid confrontation from people rotating through their POIs. Throwing some attention into the top left corner, we have Spaceport and Dry Gulch between Hanover Horde and Roughnecks Black. That is going to be really difficult for Hanover Horde because they might get pushed early, and also for Roughnecks Black because Horde is going to always keep eyes on them.
Yeah, I remember we were talking a little bit about this map before, and you were mentioning how, like, you know, all the boosted accelerated zip lines and just the amount of rocks that are there makes it like kind of hard, but also a mix of, like, it's just a weird mix of things for you when you try to get these rotates in. I mean, if you get a bad end zone and there's just a big mountain, you're on the other side. I mean, it can make things rough for you.
Most definitely. It's going to be a little bit difficult because of these accelerated zip lines. It makes for third parties to be extremely easy. And also, look at the amount of chokes on Broken Moon. The chokes are going to make it really difficult to pass, but maybe one of those picks that we might see today might be Valkyrie that can actually launch herself over these mountaintops.
Yeah, I mean, you know, having a little jump boost like that, you know, it always is nice, especially around these kinds of maps that are just so terrain heavy, I think is the right word for it. You know, just has a whole bunch of like walls, rocks. You know, I don't like rocks. You know, I mean, here's the thing about it, is just rocks are they're just rocks.
I mean, yeah, you know, you have a bunch of obstacles, and it's not like Fortnite where you're able to get rid of things. But you know, because things are so permanent in Apex Legends, you have to work around. You can either use movement, verticality, or you know, some of the special abilities that a lot of these characters have. Now, that being said, we are going to be getting ready to send out these player codes pretty soon here. So it's not going to be too long until we get Apex Legends going.
Yeah, and honestly, I'm excited for it, of course. I mean, it's been a while since I last casted Apex Legends. I think it was during Full Sail's Hall of Game with Mavs that I last did Apex. And so, you know, it's been kind of a while. So, you know, I am a little bit out of shape. You know, I'm not as knowledgeable as you know, the good man John here, who actually was a varsity player for our Full Sail's Armada esports team.
Yeah. Oh, most definitely. Now, that being said, I want to take a moment to maybe reflect on those matches that we just saw earlier with Fortnite. Let's pull up those Fortnite leaderboards.
Oh my days, look at all these scores. Already starting off, Aceworth Ghosts. I do believe they won Fortnite. Am I right?
Yeah, Ackworth Ghost 3 was actually able to win Fortnite, and pretty dominantly, I would say. 389 points, followed by Hydra Platinum. I think those are actually one of those teams that were initially in third place, looking into contention to